What's going on, everybody? It is your humble YouTube live stream host, Timothy J. Ward, back with another live stream. I think we got a interesting topic this evening. Sometimes I like to do a pretty serious stream. Well, I don't want to say serious because life isn't serious. But sometimes I like to do a stream that focuses on a point that I think a lot of people can benefit from. And it's not me just sitting here laughing and giggling at my own jokes. D Jackson checking in. Sylvie, hello. Kevin, hey, how's it going? Retired 2019. Told you I was going to stream Sunday. Marvin checking in. We got Susan, Carla, 985 boy. I always never can pronounce his name. Seg, Angela's here early. Ooh, Angela's here early. Nice. Good to see y'all. Hopefully y'all are having a wonderful, amazing, abundant Sunday afternoon. My day was good. Just, didn't do too much, but I got some things done. You ever have one of those days you didn't do too much, but you did everything you needed to do, got up, got the laundry done. It'd been a while. Just came back from taking a walk. I did some other stuff too. I can't remember. Oh, I worked on a video for my other channel. We making some moves. Likely Lost checking in. Hey, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? So the topic of today's stream is why you should never feel behind in life. And I know it's a problem that a lot of people, a lot of us, myself included, from time to time suffer from. And so wanted to talk about it. This will probably be one of those streams where at least the first part, it'll probably just be me talking, going on my spiel, discussing this topic. Probably won't be in the comments too much. If there's something you just have to interject in the conversation, there is the super chat option. We always acknowledge those. Won't say anything else about that. Let's get right to it. So, a lot of people find themselves feeling behind in life. Now, this ties in with what I'm always saying about like there's nothing good that comes from keeping track of our age. Because if we didn't keep track of our age, we wouldn't ever feel behind because age is probably like the biggest like measuring stick we have when we're comparing people to ourselves to other people and feeling behind. It's typically always age. I'm 25 and so is 25 and they've done this, this, and this, or society says at 25, I should have done all this. I haven't done it. I'm 40 and most of my peers who are 40 have this amount saved, have this in the bank, own this, have this type of family situation, blah, blah, blah. It's almost always based on age. That's why one of the reasons I say you should never keep track of age. That would be an amazing thing to just go through life and not always think that, oh, at certain ages, I need to have done certain things. But like the real reason you should never feel behind in life is because life is excuse me, life is a solo journey. Okay. You feel behind in life, or we feel behind in life because we are comparing ourselves to other people. But this makes absolutely no sense because like life is a solo journey. Every single person is unique. Just because someone comes from a similar background or they're in a similar or the same age range or age group as us does not mean like our lives are the same. We love to do this. We love to look at people, especially on social media. We love to look at people who we identify as like similar to us and judge ourselves based on the fact that they have more than us. They have a better job than us. They've been married. They're married, or they've been married longer than us, or they seem happier than us. But the thing is, all like life at the end of the day is a solo journey. And I say that because all of us are different. All of us have different genetics. All of us come from different backgrounds. Okay. All of us have gone through different things in life. When you look at somebody and you see them doing something or having something that you think you should have, or they're at a level you think you should be on, you don't know anything about that person's past and what they've been through. Someone might have given them that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That person is, got all this going on and I wish I was there. They might have been given that. They might have a rich uncle. You know what I mean? Like, not to mention, they may not have gone through the struggles that you went through when you were younger. Some people had awesome, amazing childhoods, and that allowed them to maybe get to the head of the class. on certain things. You might have struggled in your childhood, might have struggled in your teenage years. I know I went through a huge depressed stage, 18, 19, 20. Things like that affect the outcome of your life. That's why we can never compare ourselves to anyone because none of us have the same life path. If we all were exactly the same, if we all were robots, then yes, you could say you're behind. If we all had the exact same DNA, grew up in the exact same environments, had all the exact same life experiences, then yes. If robot 87439 was up here and you weren't, then you could be like, ha, I'm behind. I'm doing something wrong. But we're all different. You cannot compare yourself to anyone else on this planet. When it comes down to living your life and doing the things you want to do, it is a solo journey. Nobody else like you, nobody else like me. There can be no comparison. Not to mention, one of the things we like to do too is like our lives now are the outcome of the decisions we made in the past and the things we've been through in the past. A lot of the times we're not where we want to be because of things we did in the past. I know, like everybody knows, I talk about it all the time. I spent my 20s drunk. Could I be a lot further, like financially and in the business world, and probably even in like relationships and things like that, if I hadn't have spent the decade trapped inside a bottle? Woke up every morning with that brown bottle float. Of course. So you got to factor stuff like that in. But here's the thing. At the time, that's what I wanted to do. At the time, that's what I wanted to do. And I do have a lot of fond memories from it. What we do a lot of times is we discredit the fact that a lot of the reasons we're not certain places in life stems from the fact that we made certain decisions in the past. Our present is a direct byproduct of our past. During that time period, those were the actions I wanted to make that led to where you are now. And we like to beat ourselves up a lot of times because we like to be like, oh, well, man, if I hadn't done that, if I behaved this way, then you don't know that though. There's no way we could ever know that if we changed the things we did in the past, that our life would be better now. We'd be further along. We would have more. It could have went the opposite direction. We're good on beating ourselves up, thinking that we messed up in the past, not knowing what the future or our present now would have looked like if we changed anything. Obviously, back then, that's what we wanted to do. That's why we did it. Or we didn't know any better. That's why we did. I just don't like the fact that we like to beat ourselves up so much when we look at somebody else. They made different decisions. Not to mention time and unforeseen for current occurrence of befalls us all. Okay, there's always things that happen to us that set us back in life that we have no control over. Just might not have happened to that person yet. You know what I mean? It's everybody's going through different things at all different times. It's not a level playing field like ever. Life isn't a level playing field. The universe isn't a level playing field. But we try to make it a level one when we look at somebody else and see them doing better than us. And we're just like, man, at this age, I should be doing this. Not to mention a lot of the stuff that we're like, at this age, I should have this or be doing this. If you looked at the stats, the majority of the people probably aren't. Or a good portion of the people probably aren't. You're probably in really good company. But society and social media, other people will make it seem like everybody who's this age or doing this in life is here. And no, it's not true. It's like all in our heads. The whole thing is all in our heads. It's not like a race. We like to look at life as like a race, like a marathon. And like everybody starts at the same starting line. They shoot the gun. Everybody starts running. Maybe not a marathon because there's like a billion people in a marathon, but like, a long distance race in the Olympics. Everybody starts together. Everybody runs together. And whoever is out in front, is winning, is doing the best. But life is not like that. Like life, I believe, should be equated to like a hike. Oh, this is my favorite analogy. They're like, you going there again? Yes, I am. My favorite analogy. Because I'll tell you, life is like a hike. Like when you go on a hike, you're going on a hike to like experience the hike. So I see this all the time. I'll be out hiking, just, I hike pretty fast. So that's just my normal speed. I'll see people doing like trail running on the same hike. Boom, they're gone. I also see people who walk slower than me. Sometimes you see elderly people with they got the walking, the walking sticks. I forget what they're called. Um, and so they're going super slow. But guess what? We all are enjoying the hike. It's not a race. The trail runner doesn't win anything because they get up to the top and back before I do. I don't win anything because I walk faster than the people walking slow. Everybody is there to enjoy the hike and experience the hike, see what they can see, take in the air. You take it at your own pace. That's life. Life is like that. You don't get some present for like achieving certain things quicker. No, you're here to just experience it. You wake up every morning, you live your life, you experience it. The actions you take, the things that happen around you dictate like what your future looks like. When that future becomes the present, guess what? You do the same thing. You wake up, you enjoy yourself, you experience things. The actions you take today dictate your future tomorrow. There's no like prize. Just because someone seems further along than you or seems like they have more than you doesn't mean they're doing better than you. That's a big part too. That's what we think. Oh, this person has this promotion, they're doing this, they're doing that. They must be doing better than me. That person might be miserable. They might not, but it's possible they're miserable. There's no way you can look at somebody or their Instagram page or their TikToks and tell like how happy they are, how much they're getting out of life. You can't. That's why you can never be behind anybody because you never really know what's going on. And if we did know what was going on in other people's lives, there is no behind, ahead. Everybody's just living their life, playing this game, experiencing it. There's no trophies, there's no prizes. You just get what you reap what you sow. Your future, your present now is the byproduct of your past. Your future will be the byproduct of what you do now. Now, if you find yourself in a situation and you don't like my present because of what I did the last 10 years, well, that's a wake up call to switch something up for the next 10 years. That's all that is. It is okay to be somewhere in life and not be behind, but not be where you want to be. It's okay to be like, I'm not where I want to be in life because there's no like comparison there. That's just you saying, hey, I want more out of this life. We've all been there. That's healthy. I'm not where I want to be in life. I'm going to switch some stuff up. That's fine. But feeling behind in life because you're comparing yourself to other people who you really don't know what they got going on, nah, that's not the game. That's not the game. Not to mention, here's another thing too. Sometimes what you're seeing people have or acquire or experience are their blessings. Sometimes someone has more than me or more than you or more than us because it's a blessing. They might have made some real serious sacrifices and done some really awesome things to get that blessing. Or they might have just worked way harder than me, way harder than you. I might look at somebody like, man, Kevin looked like he got it going on. Kevin might have been working 8 days a week, 370 days a year for 10 days, for 10 years, excuse me. Kevin might have been really putting in that work. He might have worked way harder than I wanted to, than I ever would. If I knew how hard Kevin worked, I might be like, nah, Kevin, sorry to be using your name. It just popped in my head. I forgot you were in the chat. Um, but it's all good. I just picked a name. But Kevin might have worked way harder than me. If I knew how hard Kevin worked, I might be like, nah, you can have that. I'm not working that hard. That's what I'm saying. Like comparison makes no sense because we don't know the full story. And even if we did, that's that person's life. That's that person's life is what they're doing. I'm over here living my life. I can't be behind in life because the only life that really matters is mine from this aspect. So I had to be behind anybody because like I'm on my hike. You're on your hike. They're two totally different hikes. We might inhabit the same planet, but it's two totally different experiences. It is impossible to be behind somebody. They ain't been through what you've been through. You haven't been through what they've been through. It's not the same game. Not to mention, too, folks. There's a little ego. There's a little ego in this whole feeling behind in life? I know you're like, what? Seems crazy because a lot of times when we bring it up, we're kind of being negative on ourselves. So, like, how is their ego involved, Tim, if I'm kind of downing myself for being behind? Because if I look at someone and I'm like, man, Sheila's got it going on. She's got all this, blah, 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 blah. She's ahead of me in life, right? If I look at people and I think someone's ahead of me in life, that also means that I look at other people who may not have as much as I have or as much going on as I do, and I think they're behind me. That's where the ego comes in. If you think someone's ahead of you, then you're also going to think there's people behind you. And that's where the ego comes in. Because if you're judging yourself, because Sheila's got more than you and you're down on yourself, when you see people not achieving or having as much or doing as much as you're going to judge them and say they're behind you. Or we're going to do that. Let me not me put myself into it. That's the ego. And we don't really think about it that way, but it has to be true. So, like when we let go of comparison and we stop comparing ourselves to other people, it goes both directions. If I don't look at anyone else and say, oh man, that person's doing better than me, I'm behind, then I'll never look at someone else and be like, I'm doing better than that person, they're behind me. You will just see people. Yes, there's people who have less than me on paper, don't seem to be doing as good as me, but they're hiking their hike, they're experiencing their life just like I am, just like Sheila is. You know what I mean? It's all no one's ahead, no one's behind. We're all just playing the game. CF, I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad, I appreciate the love. Thank you, CF 100. We're all just experiencing this thing called life, and like it's way better when we can just accept that. I'm me. I have my struggles. I have my strengths. And those struggles and strengths combined with my DNA and my upbringing and the things I've been through and the decisions I've made have got me right here where I am, October 2nd, 2022. And it's where I'm supposed to be. You're always where you're supposed to be. You might not be where you want to be, but we're always where we're supposed to be. So is everybody else. That takes some of the pressure off too. We're all where we're supposed to be. Now, I might make some, like I said, if I'm looking at my life now, I'm like, this ain't where I want to be. Well, let me put in the work so that 5 years from now, 10 years from now, I'm somewhere else. Provided, there's not time enough for seeing occurrence and all this other stuff happening. That we still got to deal with that too. But it should be more motivating. It should be something we're motivated by. It should be a positive thing to be like, hey, this is where I'm at, and I'm grateful for where I'm at. This is where I'm at, and I'm grateful to be here in life. I totally understand why I'm here, but it ain't where I want to be. So let me make some moves. As opposed to sitting around, and let's be honest, a lot of times when we're feeling like behind in life and we're comparing ourselves to other people, we start low key throwing hate. We start low key throwing shade at them. We get jealous. That's no good for anybody. That's not good energy for you to be putting on that person. I should say for us to be putting on that person. They're feeling it like, why is this person hating on me? I'm just living my life. It's not good. It's not good. The comparison is the problem. If we all just live, I don't know why. Every time I sit down here and start talking, I start coughing. Sarah, thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad. Sarah, thank you, thank you, thank you. Say, keep the facts coming, Stoic King. We're here. We will. Thank you. I like that, Stoic King. I like that. I kind of like that. That has a nice ring to it. You could combine that, make it one word, Stoic King. Okay, thank you, Sarah. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. The comparison. Now, we live in a time period where it's never been easier to compare ourselves. And I think that's why this issue is coming up more and more, is because, and I'm not someone who demonizes social media. It's got its pros, it's got its cons, just like everything else. Everything on the planet has its pros, has its cons. One of the cons of social media is it allows you to lay in your bed first thing in the morning or any time of day you want to, any time of day doing whatever you're doing, and see what everybody else is doing. Kevin, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Kevin coming through, Super Chat Squad, Super Chat Train. Thank you. So thanks for dropping this message today. bro. Thank you. Hey, we keep it Marvel. We keep it Marvel. It's from Target. We we keep it Marvel. Hey, I appreciate that, Kevin. Glad you're enjoying the message. I'm glad you like the shirt. Cool, cool, cool. Oh, where was I? See? Oh, comparison. Yeah, social media. Get it to Tim. Starts looking at the shirt, lose my train of thought. I'm like, the Hulk seemed pretty big. He like the Hulk's. I mean, he is big, but like I'm like, he's taking up most of the shirt. How he that much bigger than Thor? Okay, anyway, so yes, we live in a time period. And so we got to cut ourselves a little slack for this. We live in a time period where it's never been easier to like compare ourselves and judge ourselves compared to so many other people. That's part of the problem. If you lived years ago, the average person interacted, and could with maybe 50 people total. You know, the average person interacted, if you lived in a small town, it might be like 30. The only people you had to compare yourself to were like the people in your town back in the day. Then we got like television and it became easier, but it wasn't as bad because like the only people you saw on television were like movie stars or television stars. And like obviously they're living totally different lives than you. There was some comparison, but it's like obviously she's a movie star, he's a movie star. But social media brought everyday average people who we relate to in front of us constantly, day in and day out. And most people tend to put their best foot forward or their best fake foot in some cases forward on social media. So it always looks like everybody's doing great. Except for those people who like to put like depressing stuff on social media for the attention. We all, we know them. But in general, looks like everybody's doing great. And in normal life, I think pre-social media, we might share some people were always bragging, kind of, you know, kept the big wins under wraps unless you really knew them. Now, like random people we met in the ninth grade who we followed on social media 10 years ago, we see their big wins. Because with social media, you know me, everybody else is putting the big wins up there. I want to put my big wins up there. That's the name of the game. So not just random people we came in contact with, on vacation who seemed cool and we followed on Facebook. We're seeing everybody's big wins. And if we're comparing ourselves, this is just daily us feeling like we're behind, like we're not good enough, like we're doing something wrong, like we're a failure. Even though a lot of times we have great lives, just not as good as Pamela's, not as good as Tyrone's, and we're the same age. What did I do wrong? So you didn't do anything wrong. You lived your life and it has led you to here, right where you're supposed to be. Pamela did the same. She's where she's supposed to be. Tyrone did the same. He's where he's supposed to be. There's no comparison. If they got some stuff you want, or they're achieving some things that you want to achieve, we'll figure out how to do it. You don't have to do it in the same time frame as Pamela, as Tyrone. You might live 20 years longer than Tyrone. I ain't wishing no ill will on Tyrone. I hope you live forever. I'm just saying. That's another thing we got to factor in too. Like you comparing yourself based on age and all this other stuff when we don't all live the same amount of time. Like if we all lived 80 years, exactly 80 years, might be some sort of an argument, but we all live different lengths of time. How can you at 40 be like, oh man, I should have all this? I live to be 90. You got time. You're going to look back at when you're 87 and be like, why was I so worked up about getting this and getting that at 40? I had 50 more years. That other person who's already got it, maybe they're not going to live that long. Maybe the universe granted them that blessing early because it knows. Tyrone's checking up out of here at 55. Go ahead. I don't know. I shouldn't laugh. I shouldn't laugh. Go ahead and give him that promotion. Yeah. Yes. Death is not like crazy scary to me. So sometimes I laugh. That's what. And like feel behind is crazy. Behind who? Behind on what? It doesn't make any sense. If you want it, you'll get it. If you want to be here, you'll get there when it's time for you to get there. when you put in the work that it takes for you to get there. Other people get there quicker. That's just in their game, in their life. That's the time and the work they put in and the things that happen to them. That's how long it takes them to get there. It's just like travel. The map may say it takes 6 hours to get from Baltimore to wherever, but we all know people different. Some people speed, they might get there in 5 hours. Some people, the bladder dictates that they got to stop every hour and, take a little breaky break. Other people drive slow. Some people like to stop and, look at attractions along the side of the road, take pictures, all that. The map, society, may say it should take you X amount of time to do this, but like we all travel different. You may want to take the slow route. You might be taking the slow route in life. And if you're choosing to take the slow route, then it's not fair to yourself to turn around and judge yourself because you're not where someone who's taking the fast route is. They took the expressway, you took the back roads. We both gonna get there when it's time for you to get there. Hang on one second. I get to hide somebody. It's what I mean. Like, real side note, the trolls don't bother me, but like when it's lame trolling, that's I don't. You mean if you're gonna troll, make it make it original, make it funny, bro. Like I'm telling you, no, the bad trolls get to me. They're just not even funny. Be original. Yeah, just the message today is you can't compare yourself to anyone else. You can if you want to, but like it's illogical for any of us to compare ourselves to anyone else because we have no clue what they've been through. They have no clue what you've been through. There can never be any comparison. We're all different. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and she has an identical twin, probably the closest two people can ever be. But she was just telling me some stories, their childhood, things like that. And I realized I'm like, wow, like these girls are identical twins. And we would think like they are very similar, but I'm like, they're also very different just because like their life experiences and stuff, they're also very different. And I'm like, if identical twins are crazy different, how could I ever compare myself to someone else who's lived a totally different life, who ain't even related to me, but we're the same age and we went to the same high school? So now I'm feeling bad because like he runs a major business. I don't know nothing about running businesses. Sometimes like we get down when we see somebody doing something we have no desire to do. You ever been jealous of somebody and you really don't want that? You see somebody doing something, you're like, man, must be nice. But low key, like high key, you don't even like doing that. You don't even want that. That ain't even something you was the slightest bit interested in until you see Miguel with it. Now you're jealous. Now you're a failure. You're just sitting there on your phone, just going through Miguel's page. You don't even care. Stop. I'm telling you, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. Was the audio messing up? Is it better now? Cool. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna see. That's what happens when you get too deep. Get too deep, they try to shut you down. When you dropping knowledge, dropping facts, they try to shut you down. But we're gonna keep going. Or it's just people saying that. Yeah, it's impossible. It is illogical. Off and on a little bit. Okay, let me. Yeah, when you get deep, they don't like that. They start behind the scenes. They shut this. Get there. They start. I don't know who they is. I don't know who they is, but behind the scenes, they start pulling cords. And, you can't. You can't do it. It's okay though. We doing what we doing. We're gonna keep going. Hey, the Meta Male Police. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What is COP? What is COP? I don't know what country that's from. A pretty international super chat squad. The Better Male Police. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Super chat squad. So keep your head down, keep working. Social media is all a lie. Be happy with yourself within. Facts. Now, I slightly disagree. Social media isn't all a lie. Like I think there's some truth, and there's like I said, there's some positive social media. I don't want to totally demonize it. But I definitely agree. Keep your head down, keep working, and totally 1,000%, 10,000% agree. Be happy within yourself, because I mean that's the only place to find happiness, right? The only way to truly find happiness is like within yourself. So the more we're looking outside of ourselves, especially when we're looking at other people, like you can gain happiness from and things like that, but you don't gain happiness from comparison. Never, never. Because the only time you might get a good sensation from comparison is when someone has less than you or is not doing as good as you. And that's not healthy. You don't want to go through life be like, I'm better than that person. That's not healthy. That's not happiness. That's not happiness. So yeah, the only way, like compare, there's no only time comparison is good is if it's motivating. If you're like, man, I see what Miguel's doing. I'm gonna do that too. Like I got some friends, um, we have like healthy conversation. And shout out to you once again, Better Man Police. Thank you, thank you. Hey, Jessica, what's up? Good to see you. I got some friends who are like that where it's a healthy competition. It's like, nah, bro, you ain't gonna be doing too much better than me. You know what I mean? Like, there's no, but we're both happy for each other. I'm like, man, my buddy Roosevelt's like that. I'm like, man, Rose doing it. I got to do it bigger. He's like, hey, you're slipping low on me. I'm like, all right, I got you. You know what I mean? And then I come back with something. He's like, oh, I see you. I see you. Okay, all right. Wait till you see this. You know what I mean? And it's all love, and we're always happy for each other. Even if he went on and did crazy stuff, and I was still down here, I'd be super happy. We laugh and joke about it. I'd be like, hey, well, you need to let me borrow some of the coins, champ. You doing so well. You 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 out here doing so well, but I ain't seen $1 yet. So you know what I mean? We make a joke about it. Like that comparison um can be good in that aspect when there's love involved. But like, yeah, when you compare yourself to people you don't even know what they got going on. You don't even know if it's true. They just hopped the fence of the airport and took a picture in front of that PJ, that private jet. I'll give you let you on a little rule of thumb real quick. If someone only has one post on a private jet or in front of a Benz or a G wagon, if they only have one post with it, it's probably fake. Just putting that out there. You know, little side note. If they only got one post with that baddie, probably paid her. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's my spiel. What the? That probably was the sound, but my device is on here setting something up. I gotta say this, folks, real quick. This has nothing to do with what we're talking about. I'm getting tired of my devices setting things up and updating things and doing all this weird craziness that I didn't ask it to do. There should be, I would pay extra for the it only does what you want it to do feature on everything I buy, all these electronics. Anyway, that's my spiel, ladies and gentlemen. I thought I'd go a little longer, but I think we got to the point. So now, we can be in the comments. We can talk. If you have questions, if you want to, add something to the discussion, or talk about something totally different, cool. I just wanted to put that out there. You should never feel behind in life. None of us should. It is on. It's impossible. It's illogical. We're all just like playing our own game, hiking our own hike, on our own journey. There can be people who come along on it with us. We interact with people on that journey, but none of us have the same experiences. So we can never compare ourselves to each other. Yes. Where we at? I'm just gonna jump in the comments. Oh, I see you, Kevin. Change your careers. Okay, cool, 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 cool. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, I like this one. Card capture says, "How do you deal with jealousy and envy?" For me, card captures, I just try to stay away from jealous and envious people. You know what I mean? My circle is very small. So if I see someone coming with the jealousy and the envy, I just don't kick it with them. You know what I mean? Like I just kind of stay away. Don't engage. That's that's them. Yeah. Yes, Miss Missy 22. Yeah, it's just our journey. I'm telling you, the more I look at life as a journey, it has become so much easier for me. because I realize, it's experience, it's a journey. Like I can't, you know what I mean? Even though I say life's a game, like I can't win or lose. You just play the game. It ends up how it ends up, Like, there's no trophies for dying rich. You don't get penalized for dying poor. You know what I mean? Like it's or whatever. Like it's just a game. It's just my journey. Now I could look back sometimes like, man, maybe if I'd switched that up, the journey would be different. But I appreciate the journey no matter what. I want to make some moves so that the journey looks like this in the future, hopefully. But it's all just a journey. Like, you know what I mean? You know, you don't have to ever beat yourself up about your life. It's just if you want to make some changes, make some changes. Do I think the economic market will affect seasonal workers? If it does, I think it'll be a few seasons down. I think this winter season they'll be fine. Um, the summer season is always. I think people will be traveling again next summer. If we did like in 2023, like really get into recession, maybe winter 2023. But I think just me, I think it would be another couple seasons. Lee, you're hiking your own hike. That's because nobody wants to hike with you. I was messing with you, Lee. I love you, Lee. I love you, brother. Love you. Oh, that's deep. Seg, I see you. Said life is like a hike. The most beautiful views are the closest when you feel the most like giving up. That's deep. I'm gonna have to pretend I said that. I'm gonna steal that one. I see you, Seg. Yeah, the most beautiful views are the closest when you feel the most like giving up. That's true. I do a lot of hiking. That's true. That is true. Facts. Russell, I'm in Denver, Colorado, the Denver area. McLaren says, I went through some of your vids, curious as to RV van living. I'm really torn between RV van life or apartment and going after goals like writing books or something. Your thoughts? Um, I'll say McLaren, you can do both. You know, um, you could try one, do it, accomplish it, and then when you're done with it, try the other. You can do both. I would just kind of ask myself, what do I really feel most like doing now? What is kind of pulling me, the most right now? I know I'm bad about this. I think sometimes very rigid, and I'm like, what should I do? I either do this one or that one. And these days I'm learning to like, it's a long life. Life is long if you know how to, live it. So there'll be opportunities. Say you try the RV van life out, you do it for 2, 3 years, and then you're like, I want to get an apartment, write my book. Might have more to write about, or you might do the opposite. You know what? I'm gonna settle down real quick. I'm gonna write this book. When that's done, and I got that book income coming in, I'll use that to RV or van life. So I would really just kind of figure out what is pulling me the most and go after that. Angela, I appreciate you asking people to hit the like button. Thank you, thank you. Tim Nan checking in. Midnight X says, I'm a person that enjoys having less. Actually, kind of been a minimalist. Hey, always kind of been a minimalist. Facts, facts. I think most people would enjoy having less. Honestly. I think some of us just naturally get it, but I think even people who think they're just crazy materialistic consumerist, honestly, if forced to live like a minimalist, would a lot of them would never go back. I just think as humans, like we're not this ideal of just acquiring as much as possible. I don't think it's in our DNA. Like I mean, I think we can be taught to do that and programmed to do that, but left to our own devices without all that program and stuff, I think we don't really like honestly like what do people buy? Like if people bought a ton of stuff and they used it all, I wouldn't believe that way. But even people with tons of stuff, you'll notice don't use it. There'll be people with 3 closets full of clothes, don't wear none. You know what I mean? Like we're just not built to like have and use a ton of stuff. Most of us have the things we like, the core things we like, and we use them. People have closets full of clothes, wear the same jeans every day. I just really like these jeans. Or they got like 5 pairs of the same jeans. Like I just don't think I think it's just like our DNA to not like need it a lot. Susan says, "How you not stress over money?" Thanks, I appreciate the channel. Thank you, thank you. That is a, and you know why the stressing over money is crazy, because it doesn't go away with getting money a lot of times. Like if you stress over money, there's people who tell you like, man, I got plenty of money. I still stress about like making more or losing it. It's crazy. Um, I honestly and think the best way to not stress over money is like letting go. I'm gonna make the money I make. I'm gonna be able to do the things I can do. Now this is a lot easier. Like and this works a lot better once you've kind of hit like the comfort level and you're okay. When you're broke, you're gonna stress over money because like you're not eating. You can't pay the bills. So there's all like if you're like really broke, there is going to be some stress around money because you need the money to get comfortable. But a lot of us are doing okay and we still stress over money. And I've been learning to just accept it like, abundance, having an abundance mindset really helps me too. You know, that the same power that built the universe, created the universe and everything in it, I feel like I'm, connected to that power, whatever you want to call it. It, is why I'm here. It is way more powerful than like the economy. You know what I'm saying? Which is a man-made thing. Just like I have an abundant mindset. I know money's just a tool. I'm tapped in with divine universal power. It can bring me all the money I need. Or better yet, it can just provide the things I need without the money if it wanted to. I just try to like focus on abundance and just realize like everything I need in this life I can have can be given to me. Trying to even, sometimes I try to even look at the money, you know. But money is a hard one because it's around us all the time, and we're constantly hearing people tell us to worry about it. But like, just letting go and be like, hey, I'm gonna do what I can do. I'm gonna make the moves I can make. I'm gonna try to make the money I can make, and then beyond that, we'll see what happens. I found that that's usually when my money goes up. I'm telling you, oddly enough, when I'm usually like, man, I'm not stressing about money. I'm just gonna do what I do. That's when my money goes up. But when I'm like money and I'm like, oh, I gotta make money, gotta make, and I start making decisions based just on making money, that's when my money goes down. I've noticed this. And every time it happens, I still do the same thing. I still fall on the same track. I'm like, oh, I gotta get money, money, money. And then when I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna do what I do. I'm gonna live my life. A couple months roll around, and then like a check comes in or something. I get a new opportunity. And I'm like, oh, okay. Um, and that's why I always talk about abundance mindset because I've seen it. Good question. Wait, where am I? I'm way behind in the comments. I apologize, people, but I'm enjoying some of these. Wait, wait, I'm that far behind the comments? Wow, it's okay though. I may have to skip some of these, but I'm reading them. Yeah, invasion. The news is way more bad than good. Oh yeah, retired 2019. You got diamond status at the Hilton. They gave you a room by the maintenance room. Ah, nah, I might have to go back downstairs. I might have to go back downstairs. Like I'm diamond status. I'm nah. Yeah, yeah. That I might have to get a room swap on that. Yeah, I don't blame you on that one. I don't blame you on that one. That's yeah, that's disrespectful. Yeah, that's a. Mm, I feel you on that one. Barry, yeah, I'm always thinking about ideas for the next book. Totally, yeah, always. That's in my mind pretty regular. Yeah, the less you have to worry about. Exactly, Barbara. Like that is one of the things that lightness. One of the things I love about minimalism is like that lightness. Oh, just like you don't have all this stuff worry about, all this stuff going on. Like it's just, you just you can breathe. All I got to worry about is this little bit of stuff over here. And honestly, if something happened to it, like when you only have a little bit of stuff, honestly, if something happened to it, you're not that worried about it because it wouldn't take that much to replace it. So I can lose everything in my house, $1,500, get it all back. You know what I mean? Like it's just not. It's different, man. I love it. Melanie checking in. Oh yes, Five Horizons. I am familiar with that. The monks making like these beautiful works of art and then wash them away in the river. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Don't get attached. I agree, Gregory. It's hard to understand or even accept minimalism or that anyone can live that way until you do, and you're more is better. He who dies with the most toys wins. And then, like when you actually experiment with it and realize it's not true, you're like, wow, why did I think this the whole time? It just goes against everything you've been taught, you know? Oh, diversity, that's deep. Yes, abundance is natural, scarcity is man-made. Exactly. Exactly. How do you accept death and no longer fear it? Um, for me personally, I just don't believe death is the end. I think it's the end of this life, you know, but I don't think it's the end of my existence. Like, Timothy Ward will die when this body shuts down, whenever that is. But like I won't. I think the energy that makes up my current consciousness will just go somewhere else, and be incorporated into some other part of the universe. Will I be conscious of it? I don't know. I'm trying to manifest being a moonbeam over the planet Zarthon. Um, you know, we'll see. Are moonbeams conscious? Well, I know I'm a moonbeam. Who knows? Is the energy that makes up the rivers and the lakes and the mountains, is it conscious? Who knows? Um, so yeah, I just don't. I will miss interacting with my friends and family, and I will miss like the beautiful experiences that like this life allows me to have. But like, I don't. Beyond that, like, what is there to be sad about? Like, there's nothing to be afraid of. Like, religion makes us afraid of death. You'll notice that if you look back in history, most like tribal peoples, legends of like very peaceful ideals about death. You go to the fields of Elysium. You go to the great hunting grounds. It was all very just like then organized religion came along and suddenly it's burning hell. You're going to be judged, payback, all this other stuff. That wasn't what people thought about death before. It was just like you live your life and then you go somewhere cool. If you have no belief in like bad things happening at death, now some people think that when they die, it's all over. And so they're kind of scared of it because they fear non-existence. Um, that doesn't really make sense to me because like where does all that energy go? Like you know what I mean? Like whatever it took to make this and animate this, the body, like because I look at it this way, my body when it shuts down doesn't go away. It just goes back to dust. It just decomposes, goes back to dust. So if the body doesn't go away, why would the energy, the spirit go away? Whatever you want to call it. So there has to be, and to my mind, something else. So like why fear? Like I just don't see anything to fear with death. I fear like if it's a painful death. Well, I don't even want to say fear, but like I don't want it to be a painful death. But like, I think it's just, just a change, it's just a changing of the experience of the way in which you interact with this thing called existence. Hey, the beta male police coming through again. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Super chat squad. I'm gonna look this up and see what COP is. I'm curious. Oh, Colombian peso. Cool, 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 cool. Oh, no, no, let's see. Hold on, I got you. I'm over here on my. Okay, cool, cool, cool. I'm over Colombian peso. International Super Chat Squad. You ever thought about creating your own website and using YouTube as a funnel? We do not want this channel to disappear. Hey, I appreciate you saying that, and I have no worries about this channel disappearing. The universe is abundant, so we good. I have thought about that. Beta Male Police, Super Chat Squad, thank you. Um, it's just a lot of work to put together a website, and I just haven't. There's some things like I'm good at sitting here like talking. I'll be honest with you, I'm a good talker. This is what I do. My is talking. Website design, writing articles, all that. Like I do write some articles, but very rarely, very infrequently. A website is a lot of work, and every time I try to do one, I don't follow through with it. So, um, yeah, maybe one day. I doubt it though, because yeah, like a website is a lot of work. So, Super Chat Squad, thank you. Where are we at in these comments? Hey, JK, thank you. Moonbeam Boy. Ladies first, I feel like social media can be a problem for like everybody. And once again, I feel like it can be positive. As with anything in life, it can be positive, it can be negative. Um, and I do think that in future, hopefully we will have since social media is still relatively new. So I think in future, hopefully we will have some things in place that will help, especially young people and even older people, to like understand social media and what it can do in your life. They'll, yeah, 20 years from now, they'll have studies looking back at our time and be like, oh, this is where they were messing up, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? So as with anything, it can be very your whole life before your brain has even had time to develop. You've been getting that dopamine stimulation from social media or whatever. It's tough. And I just hope that we eventually get to the point where we have classes and we have the discussion on a regular basis with young people about like not being addicted to your phone, not always being on social media. Hey, everything you see on social media will not be real. You know what I mean? Take it all with a grain of salt. You don't have to post everything. you know but I just think that since social media is still relatively new, all that stuff isn't in place. Every technology that comes along, there's that time period where it's just out of control, and eventually they start to put things in place to help. So I hope that day comes soon. Michelle, you don't believe on the religion and afraid of that? Okay, it's all good. Nothing is everything and everything is nothing. That's actually a pointless sentence. True, but like it says nothing, so I guess it says everything. Oh, Russell, my dad lives down there in Florida, in the affected area, and he's doing good. He's doing good. So thanks for asking. He hadn't returned home yet when I spoke to him. Um, so I've been putting up prayers, that his dwelling and everything is good. But he didn't seem too concerned. So that made me feel good. Yeah, I'll go back to himself. He didn't get too concerned. And my dad's a very level-headed, intelligent man, so that shouldn't have surprised me. But he didn't seem too concerned. We'll go check. I kind of think he was low key enjoying the vacation, being evacuated. I think I think that's what he took off. But yeah, he's fine. Thanks for asking. I could create a backup channel. I mean, I have other channels. I try not to live with like a fear mindset. Beta male police. So like to me, if I'm going or the quickest way to have something happen to this channel is if I'm making moves like something's gonna happen to this channel. You know what I mean? Like I have a couple of channels, and I could post on them. I just try not to have like this fear mentality and be like, I better have a backup. We're gonna whatever happens once again, abundance. You know, I was allowed to create this channel. It's doing well. If something happened to it, I just do something else. You know what I mean? Like we figure something else out. Like it's all part of the experience. It's all part of the journey. We're early, non-attachment. I love this channel. I want to keep doing it for forever if possible. But like, I can't sit around worry about it. You know what I mean? Like, well, to someone, I'm telling you, once you like, I'm not trying to sell nothing when I talk about abundance. I've just seen it in my life. You know what I mean? That's why I talk about it so much. I've seen it in my life, and it blows my mind. I'm like, it doesn't. Even now that I know the universe is abundant, when it manifests some more abundance, I'm always like, wow. And I'm like, Tim, you already knew it could happen, but it still blows my mind every time. But yeah, man, it's abundance. The current beneath, I'm good, blessed. How are you, bro? Can we stop with the negativity about the channel, please? Please, I appreciate it. But you know what I mean? Like, can we change something? Um, no, I never really had anybody try to take advantage of my lifestyle. Probably because um I don't really hang around any people like that. You know what I mean? When I say I have a very small circle, I'm telling you. So like, there's just not people in my life who take advantage of people. Like, like I'm just not around those type of people. Antoinette, hey, how you doing? Simon, do you feel like you should act more? Do you feel like taking more action would get you to where you want to be in life? That's the ultimate question. It's not about being ahead or behind. It's about being, are you where you want to be? And so it's like, if you're not, sounds like you're not where you want to be. Um, what do you think would change that? And then doing that. Pretty simple. MH, you haven't slept for 10 days? I feel like you should be sleeping instead of watching this stream. Um, Kirk, Captain Kirk, I'm gonna stay in Denver while it seems like the move, as long as it seems like the move. Matt Burke said, "What's the point of life? It seems so confusing." I don't know if there is a point, or I don't know if there is a point that we could understand. Does there have to be a point? Now, whatever put us here obviously understands why it put us here, if we're put here. But like I just don't. There's got to be some type of reason. But like, I don't know. Do we have to understand it to live a good life? I feel like we only question the point of life when things that are happening to us we consider bad. When we're enjoying life, happy, loving it, we never ask the point because we're enjoying it. But like, when things go wrong, sometimes we're like, well, what's the point? I mean, we've all been there. Um, so I don't think we're really that much worried about the point as we are like wishing we could get back to the happy place when we ask that. The soundbar, I listen to all types of music. Today, when I was doing my laundry, I listened to Enchanting. She's a rapper from Atlanta on repeat for about like 30 minutes. So Mike 01 Davis checking in. Hey, 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 how you doing? The freaking chat keeps up and down on me. What keeps you motivated, Jason? Honestly, like, I like doing things I love with people I love. And so I love getting up every day and doing that. What drags me down sometimes, I think, just like, the chemicals, you know. I was in a bit of a funk past few months, I'll be honest. You know, I think sometimes it's just the chemicals. We're all in a funk every now and then. I think part of it was I really started missing some of my friends back in Montana, things like that. But motivated, like, I love living. I love new experiences. The numbers in the chat are very interesting tonight. They're making drastic moves, which never happen. That's interesting. Darren, glad you like the channel. Thank you. Ladies first, you made a pot of chili and a wonderful banana pudding for dessert. Oh, dang it. I wish we had teleporters. I'd be like, send me some. Will I buy some private land in the future? Yes. 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 That's on the list. That's something we're going to do. That's something we're going to do. Alvin said, Tim, don't forget you can apply for financial aid to help with your books and classes. I'm good, Alvin. I'm just not one of those people that really likes handouts. Now, if they send me a STEMI check, I'll take it. And I did. If they say I can't go to work and they're sending out, unemployment, I'll take it. And I did. But I'm just not, that was the first time I ever took like government assistance and will probably be the last time, barring something major happening. Like, I'm just not like, if I can't get it on my own, you know what I mean? That's just me. But thanks for the idea. Now I'm thinking about that chili and banana pudding, bruh. I got apple pie in there though. Okay, sorry. Michelle made awesome pasta sauce tonight. Okay, okay. Everybody eating good tonight. See? Iman, you went back to work and quiet quitting? Hey, do what you got to do. Tim, yes, Colorado is beautiful. It is amazing. Let me see. I may not be able to blow this up big enough for y'all to see. Hold on. I went up to Rexboro State Park yesterday. I don't know if y'all be able to turn. Oops, bruh. Bruh. Huh? Huh, bruh? I had my camera on friggin' the wrong aspect for a while. So the camera. Oh, this is the best one. You're gonna see that in the video. You're gonna see that in the video. Oh, whoop, bruh. You see that behind me? You see, bruh. Okay, sorry. Yes, Colorado is beautiful. Yes, y'all gonna see that in the video. Remember when when you see that B-roll? Remember I showed it to you already. Okay, cool. Had to make sure there wasn't no sensitive phone information popping up. Have to go. Oh man, the YouTube life is crazy. Okay, now I don't know where I'm at in the comments. Michelle, bro, Alaska, anywhere you can go. I keep telling you, if you have the opportunity to do it seasonally, you can go up there, work, make money, visit Alaska. But I like Seward. I go to Seward, Alaska, a lot. That's what I like Seward. Okay, we got some Bible verses in here. APT. Okay. McLaren said, "How do you deal with the whole seasonal minimalist lifestyle and retirement?" Um, it's kind of an interesting misconception that, yeah, but I could have been. You know what I mean? It's kind of a misconception that if you're a minimalist or working kind of like seasonal jobs, you can't, have a retirement. Now, you may not be able to, if you're working seasonally for different companies, have a retirement to your company. But the truth is, the average person doesn't have retirement to their company. They might have a 401k, but what? Anyway, um, there's no law that says you can't take the money that you save as a minimalist, not buying possessions, and that you make it a seasonal job and put it away for retirement, invest it for retirement. So yeah, like if you think about being a minimalist, living some type of alternative lifestyle that doesn't involve, working forever for a company and getting some type of retirement through them, you can just do it yourself. Like, I mean, you can open a Fidelity account tomorrow. You can do it right now, you know, and start investing. Vanguard, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it's you can find some other asset and invest in it. Like, you can open a Coinbase account today and start investing for retirement. You know what I mean? So like, I think that's one thing that a lot of people don't get is that like anybody can save and invest for retirement, irregardless of having steady employment at one company. Hey, MC and the Funk, sorry to hear that. It happens. Yeah, Michelle, I know sometimes things don't work out the way you want them to. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you're enjoying the stream, if you don't mind hitting that like button for your boy, the likes are looking good. The likes are looking good. I tell you, the stream is crazy. Like the numbers never jumped this much. That's interesting. Um, I'm loving it. But at first I was like, but they're up, but it's all good. I mean, they're jumping good. Anyway, but yeah. Thank y'all for hitting that like button. I see it already. I do not have an e-bike. If you're asking me to get one, but then I seen the prices. I said, no, I think I'm good. Do I prefer green or red chili? I like chili. I like beans. I need beans. I don't know if I prefer green or red though. Probably green. Hey, JK, thank you. Super Chat Squad. I appreciate that. Thank you. Fist bump. Mm, mm, We in here. Thank you. Super Chat Squad. Love the sticker. Brooklyn Zoo. Brooklyn Zoo. Obviously, I'd rather be warm than cold, just me. But the cold weather has its stuff. You know, the winter months have their beauty. M. Scott, you gonna start a channel teach me how to master the air fryer? I mean, I think I'm decent on the air fryer. You know what I mean? You're trapped by the idea of retirement, McLaren. And like, there's nothing wrong with retirement. I'm definitely not anti-retirement. I'm just saying you could have the fancy RVs and the beaches. Just make the right investments with the money you're putting towards retirement. That's what you mean. Like you just don't have to have a company do it for you. Is all I'm saying. The average person, they start a job and they put money in their 401k. The company matches is whatever, and they're like, I'm gonna do that until I'm 65. Then with that money, whatever it is by then, and my Social Security, I'm gonna retire. Hopefully, have a big enough chunk of money to go down to Florida and get an RV and be, you can do the same thing with the money yourself. Like you can do the same thing yourself. You can just like instead of putting it in a 401k, I'm going to put it in an investment account, and for the next 40 years, I'm going to have a reoccurring investment of $200 every check, and hopefully I have that sum by the time I turn 65. That's all I'm saying. It's like I'm not against retirement. I'm just saying like you don't have to have a company do it for you. So it doesn't mean just because like I work seasonal jobs that I couldn't have a retirement account. That's all I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying. How do you get to be a big time YouTuber like that? Hey, you got to put it that to work. You got to put that to work. Craven too. Hello, hello, hello. Glad you catch a live. Tsunami drip, like that name. It's going good. It's going good. Yeah, man, we still doing our thing, but we still here. We ain't going nowhere. Angela, you experienced 4 seasons while you're in Montana. Hey, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. You love it up there. I think you see. I've been trying to tell y'all, man. Montana's an amazing state, man. I'm glad you got to go, Angela, and see. And yeah, man. Montana's an amazing state. My plans for Thanksgiving and Christmas. I don't celebrate neither, so nothing. Probably live stream. Live, see, hello. Yeah, I'll probably live stream. Y'all know me. Holidays mean they don't mean nothing to me. No shade to anyone who loves the holidays. Hey, I appreciate that, Kyle. Even though you don't always agree, you love the energy. Nice, nice. That's hey. We just, I appreciate when people don't totally agree, but still stick around and open minded. That's how I try to be. So that's awesome, Kyle. You'll get it one day. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm not saying I'm right. This is just how I believe. I'll be the first to say that. Not saying I'm right. Not saying people have to agree. This is just me. You know what I mean? So yeah, appreciate that. Okay, I got to. Sorry, I didn't. I don't. You know what I mean? Beta, you can't be on here disrespecting American women. You know what I mean? Like that. That's one thing. Let me just go and say it again. We're very respectful to everybody on this channel. So like, I know it may be very cool other parts of the internet to disrespect women, disrespect men, disrespect certain groups, and it's considered whatever. Not here. You can't be on here disrespecting American women. Like, not. We're not doing that. Okay. Matt, no, I did not get less motivated than after Passover. No. But you know what I mean? Sobriety affects everyone differently. So could that happen? Yes. It didn't affect me that way, but for some people like yourself, maybe that's one of the byproducts. But I would imagine eventually you go back to normal. I would imagine. Penny C, hello. Irregardless is a word I like to use, so we will use it. But I appreciate the correction, Jake. Um, Hey, Craven too. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, and I like this one. I like this one. You got the hippo in the dangerously fast gamer chair. Way too much acceleration. I'm just curious how it backs up like that. It's like, and then it backs up. How? Because he ain't shifting gears. He ain't hitting no gas pedal. It's telepathy. It's controlled by his mind. That's deep. There's a lot going on that sticker. Y'all didn't see it. I get it because this is what I do for a living. I Hey, Craven too. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad. Appreciate that love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. See, I'll be paying attention. I think it's a smart people thing, Penny, not celebrating holidays. Oh, sorry. I don't want to offend nobody. Abel, I was telling somebody this the other day. I think you said we think about working for years and taking a year off. I think every 5 years we should all have the option to take a year off. 6 months off. 6 months. Every 5 years you should have the option to take 6 months off and come back to your job. I think so. This whole working 60 years, 45, 50 years, whatever it is, from 2018 to 65 with 2 weeks vacation off a year is ludicrous to me. It's insane. It's insane. Yeah. Hey, I don't blame you, sir. You canceled Christmas for yourself because you've been in retail and seen what it evolved into. Facts. And that's one of my things too. Like those are the type of things that reinforced my decision to not celebrate holidays. Is I just they're like I said, if people's like, hey, I just like the Christmas spirit, I like the lights. You go around, blah blah blah. I do have an issue with the you have to give people presents part of it, but just the Christmas spirit, all that cool. I like the lights too. I like little drummer boy too. Okay. Nah, I got issues with Santa Claus. But like now this just become this whole consumerist. You gotta buy presents, you gotta buy gifts, blah, 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 blah. Like I see whenever I see the bank is like take out a holiday loan, I just start laughing. Then I start crying because I realize some people are gonna do it. The old me, the old me used to say you have to be on like the lowest. What did I used to say? Oh, you can't use that word no more. Dang it. The old me, you know, 2013 me, 2014 me used to say you have to be on the lowest rung of a word that starts with the R that we can't use no more to take out a holiday loan. But back then I was not the kind, loving, I love everybody, understanding, empathetic person I am now. I get what people do it. It's a program. The whole life is a simulation theory. If it is, my rent's still due the first of next month. You know what I mean? Like that's why I don't spend a lot of time dwelling on think about stuff like that because I'm like, if it is, it wouldn't change anything. You could call life whatever you want, the matrix, a simulation, computer program, a booga wooga wooga. It don't matter what you call it or say it is, it's still life. If I punch you, it's still gonna hurt. If you stab me, I'm still gonna cry. I'm gonna get hungry every day. You know what I mean? Like it's that it doesn't matter what is controlling this whole thing, it's still here. You know what I mean? So like, that's why I'm like, okay, yeah, it's a simulation. Now what? Okay, it's the matrix. Now what? Okay, it's a computer program. Now what? Like, yeah, that's my thoughts on that. I'm all for the 4-day work week, Darren, and I think it'll become a thing. The 4-day work week or the 36-hour work week, I think that's something we'll see in the next decade or so get put in place because they got to do something. Work's totally different than it used to be. They got work has changed. So they're gonna have to do something, or people ain't don't want to work. I'm working on a video called "What's Next After Quiet Quitting." They not gonna like that one. Oh, Craven too. Said you inspired me on so many levels. Thank you. You're welcome. It's awesome to hear. I live my best life now. Yes. You say what I've always been thinking. We're 2 years off. 2 years. Oh, nice. 2 years off. Yeah, work a few years, take 2 years off. Facts. Hey, glad the message was inspiring to you. And I always love, I love that one. So I was like, you're saying what I've been thinking because like I know a ton of us think this way, and a lot of times we don't talk about it because everybody looks at us like we're crazy. So I love when like we can realize, oh, this is actually normal. They're have the interesting thinking. So it's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, Kelly, I agree. Like, the love aspect, and people do seem to get nicer around Christmas. Like, I like all that. If they could just get rid of the Santa and the gift stuff, hey, come over to eat, hang out. It's Christmas. Get your tongue stuck on the light pole. I don't know with all that Christmas movie stuff. I don't know, but all that whatever. But now this whole gift thing, I don't know. And then people feel bad because they can, I just. JK, thank you. So we love you, Tim. Love you too. Love you too. Super chat squad. I'm getting ahead of myself here. JKKIKN. That's a tongue twister. Thank you. Wait, how many K's is it? I'm just black folk. We like how many K's? I just mess with you. I totally just mess with you. Super chat squad. Thank you. Tim, you're not supposed to mess with people like that when they just gave you money. I'm being authentic. Super chat squad. Thank you. Sunshine doesn't celebrate holidays either. I'm telling you, they don't make sense. Hey, appreciate you saying that, beta male police. Appreciate you saying that. Respect American women. All right, cool. That's a good point, Mountain Man. Yeah, nobody talks about Thanksgiving. There's no money in it. They do a little because they want you to buy turkeys, I think. But yeah, that's why it doesn't really. There's probably more money spent on Halloween probably than Thanksgiving. I'd love to see the numbers on that. B Love, you did quiet quitting and then you quit. Nice. He said, you know what? I have to go ahead and do this right. Go ahead and do this right. Jin, hello. Do I think it's shady to apply for a job at open availability, then get your foot in the door and switch it up? Nah, because I'm like, if you try to switch it up and they're not feeling it, they're just gonna tell you no. So like, you know, oh, I love that example, LJ. Samuel Jackson is the highest grossing actor of all time. Didn't have his breakthrough Pulp Fiction role till he's 46. Facts. Facts. Patricia Rutledge. Y'all ain't gonna know. Y'all, I'm losing them now. Patricia Rutledge, who played Hyacinth Bouquet in Keeping Up Appearances, didn't get that role till she was like 60 something and became a household name. Been acting for years. Been acting for decades, 40, 50 some years. 60 something breaks through, household name. Yeah, Black Friday used to be after Thanksgiving. Now it's like before Thanksgiving. Now it's Black Thursday. They like don't even do Thanksgiving. Just come here and shop. Give thanks that we open. So he's gonna stick. That's funny, Scott. Yeah, I agree. Quiet quitting is nothing new. People just gave it a name. I agree. I think it's happening more now, but it is a cool, like funky new rebranding of something that's been happening a while. But I do think um it's happening more now. So I feel like acting like we shouldn't be talking about quiet quitting now that it's exploded would be like when the news started reporting on World War I. People have been like, "War's been around for years. Why are we talking about this?" Because it's like World War I. So like with quiet quitting, yeah, it's been around, but like it's like exploded now. So I think that's why it's a legitimate topic to talk about, in my opinion. Or you know that show? Nice. Some of y'all. Morgan Freeman didn't get his first role till 49. He was 49 in Glory. Morgan Freeman been old for a long time. Morgan Freeman been old since I was, since like the 80s. That's a young old man or old young man. What I don't know. I hear you about the beard, ladies first. Yes, coffee black hyacinth. Yes, Elizabeth, come over for coffee, but not my royal Duton. They don't know. I'm telling you, they don't. I done seen every episode 3, 4 times. That and Are You Being Served? They don't know about that. They don't watch what I watch. Chrissy, what's up? Oh, you watched it with your mom? Or yeah, it used to come on PBS back in the '90s. That's why I discovered it. And then like one of the things I love that like I think they're on BritBox now, so you can like I can go on Amazon and order BritBox for a month for like $7, and I can watch all those British shows. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love Keeping Up Appearances. That's my show. Like that was like British comedy I really appreciated back then because of the repetitive nature. Like the Brits will have a joke and it'll be in every single episode. That's one thing I learned. Like they really enjoy like repetitive comedy, and the people do the same things over and over and over again in like every episode. There will always be like these running jokes. I feel like they do that more than Americans do. Like the running jokes, like an "Allo Allo." They have like these running, and you're just sitting waiting for it every episode. Like that's one thing as a kid, like blew my mind. Like in the '90s, I love that. Like maybe it's my OCD. My sister swears too. I'm on the low end of the spectrum, but I'm on it. I just love that same thing, same joke. Like yeah, and the Brits do that more than we Americans do. I think. Is Brits wrong? Can I say Brits? Okay. Jaleesa says, "Do you have a video on advice for being scared to quit for what people think of me?" I do not, but I will write it on my list, my handy dandy list we have right there. Thank you for that idea, Jaleesa. I'm a slow writer. When I write legibly, I'm slow. People will think. Cool. Thank you. Thank you, Jaleesa. We got you. I never could get into Benny Hill, Kelly. I used to try, but I never could get into him. Morgan Freeman played God, and he was believable. People are like, you know what? I can see that. This is people out there was like, I was an atheist. Then Morgan Freeman played God, and I was like, no. Okay. Yeah, I watched Extras. I love Ricky Gervais. Extras. Oh, what's her name? I know her name. I forgot. Yeah. That's actually my show. I love Extras. Joshua, I think it's okay to quit a job whenever you feel like you need to quit. There's no now if a job has done a lot for you and maybe but even then, like if you feel like there's no it's they can fire you, you can quit. Like you know what I mean? If you feel like you want to quit, there's never like a reason not to. It's a business, as they will always remind you. Just like hey, as long as I show up and work, I expect to get paid. When I no longer want to show up and work, you don't have to pay me. Like it's business. Like I best believe if they got to downsize employees, they're just going to do it. They're not going to ask like, is it wrong to let Joshua go? Nah, they're like, we got to cut 100 jobs. Joshua on the list. You know what I mean? Spicy Punk Rocker. Thank you. Super Chat Squad. Say God bless you, brother. Thank you as well. Blessings to you as well. Thank you. Hashtag always grateful. Yes. Hashtag gratitude. Yes. Hashtag grateful nation. Yes. Thank you, Spicy Punk Rocker. I like saying that name too. Super Chat Squad. How much do I drive on a weekly basis? Really not that much. Really not that much. No, really not. No, I don't go many places unless like I go to a park or something. Every now and then. But even then, I've been trying to hit the ones within like an hour of here. So yeah, I don't drive much. Rico checking in. How you doing? Have I heard of geo arbitrage? I don't know what that is. I don't think I've heard of that. What is that? McLaren loves from Denzel Washington. He's in a movie. I go see it. Nice. What was Denzel's last movie? I don't know. I feel like it was a miss though. Granny took a job purely for the money a year ago, but since day one, now officially quit. Gave 2 weeks notice because they've been good to you. Cool. Um, job. Hey, you know what I mean? And I think that's cool. And I just want to clarify, like, if you do feel like giving, I'm saying earlier, quit if you want to quit, but like, yeah, want to do that, it's cool too. Um, but yeah, like if you're at a job and you're just like, this ain't for me, I think go somewhere else and find something that is. Like, I don't always struggle with that so much. Actually, I do know why the programming, but And that's why we're gonna do that video. Yes. And I think most people just we were just taught like, hey, you find a job, it's a decent job, you stick with it. Nobody was like, hey, if it makes you miserable, leave. People like that good job you left? Like, yeah, it was making me miserable. I do not I don't own any roller skates diversity love. I don't know if I like them or dislike them. I just don't roller skate. Oh, okay. Wandering Angel living in different places where money goes further. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I'm all for that. I think that's about to explode. I was telling somebody that the other day. I've been saying this. That's going to explode as more and more people realize there's still a ton of people like in America who don't realize how cheap it is to live in other countries. And like a lot of us Americans think that other countries are just like underdeveloped and they don't have all the same stuff we have. When Americans realize that they got Starbucks everywhere, you gonna see when Americans realize like, oh, I can go live in Thailand and have a nice condo comparable to the one I have here in a major city, and they got Starbucks and an airport and all the other stuff I want, and it's way cheaper. Americans gonna be leaving in droves. Mark my words, the day will come. They make it hard to leave the country and go stay places long term. Um, but yeah, and healthcare cheaper, comparable healthcare and way cheaper. Americans gonna be leaving in droves. Like it's gonna be the new thing. Give it. I've never been hiking in Missouri, Kelly. No, I didn't like Training Day. I don't like Denzel being the bad guy. I don't like Denzel being the bad guy. TS, yeah, there was something I was saying the other day was on my bucket list. Now I forgot what it was. I need to write my bucket list down. It's I mean, there's things I want to do, but there's not. There was something the other day that I was like, yeah, I really want to do that. I've forgotten now though. That is that it must. It's really on your bucket list. Now you can't even remember it. Um, but there's some things I still want to do. But I'm pretty content with the things I've been able to do. Equalizer 3's coming out. Nice. Hope it's better than the show. I only watched one episode. I can't come at the queen like that. I can't come at Queen Latifah like that. But I'd like to equalize the three. Who's left to equalize? Oh, okay. Out of Time was a good movie. It was a decent movie. What's up, Wally? Sorry to hear you're dealing with a difficult coworker. Exactly, Wandering Angel. And I feel like there's a lot of people in that situation who are like, okay, on in California or wherever I'm at, this money may not make it, or I'll be barely making it. When they realize, hey, if you fly to the Philippines, you can live like a king. People are gonna be like, I'm out. You know what I mean? But I think, which is why I think the message isn't really out there. You would think everybody would know. You think the message would be everywhere, but like people, I think they're trying to suppress it because everybody be on a flight tomorrow. I don't know if being tall and slim shows off. I think you have to have broad shoulders. Like I've always had like broad shoulders. I think there's some tall and slim people who don't have broad shoulders. You know, do I think if you hunt and fish while living in a Prius? I don't think you can live in a Prius in Alaska in the wintertime. I don't. That sounds like a very fairy tale land fantasy. Alaska's wild in some places, but I don't think you just gonna pull up there in a Prius and hunt and fish and live in the Prius and nah, like I don't know if that's yeah. You might want to do a little more planning. MH, I think the day might come when Americans are sneaking into Mexico. I say that all the time too. I've been to Mexico. When the average American understands what it's really like down there, they gonna have to. That wall gonna be going the other way. Border Patrol. It's gonna be the federales like, nah, player, nah, amigos, get back to Houston. We not we're not doing it. Gary, I think most people who's going to live overseas are probably going to try to have some type of either like retirement coming in or some type of like online income, um, as opposed to actually working in that country. I can't watch it on Q. That's way too sad. Says Trump TV. I don't have any Bitcoin at the moment. I don't think. I do have some cryptocurrency, but Bitcoin is just so expensive that like I know you can buy it fractionally, but the Bitcoin has to go up, so much for my money to move at all. You know what I mean? I would much rather take that money and put it in a cryptocurrency that's way cheaper. In my case, I like the ones that are less than like 1 cent, and then the gains can be greater. That's the way I look at it. Bitcoin, you just can't really make any money unless you put a ton of money in it. But there's other cryptos that move up and down kind of with Bitcoin and with the cryptocurrency market that are like super cheap. So I'm like, I would much rather put my money in something, a cheap crypto or like a super cheap crypto where I could actually make a decent amount of money if it goes up as opposed to Bitcoin. TS, you're 23, just graduated in a high paying field. Nice. Not what to do. What do you want to do? Well, if you want to do some traveling, do some traveling, do some traveling, have fun. Go for it. Gary moved to the Philippines. Nice. Don quit the job a week ago. Feels great. Nice. Now, I've never been to Juneau, MH. Yeah, I like buying them cheap coins. You see how many you own. You're like, man, if this ever went to $1, if this ever went to $1, Daddy's getting that Lambo. No, Miss Geechee, your retirement's averaging negative 23%. Oh, okay. Turn around. I can turn around. Mexico tightened up their tourist visa program. To what? Actually, we can look that up. What they did, it looks about the same to me. Maybe for staying longer than the 180 days, they changed it. Ready to travel. What's up? We here. No, I just looked it up. It said 180 days. It says 180 days. I just looked it up. But it's not 30. Hey, retired 2019. I've only been to Puerto Vallarta, so that's where I would recommend because that's the only place I've been. Um, he's half of 360. I'm saying it's not 30. I did good. I did graduate. I've only been to Puerto Vallarta, so that's the only place I can recommend. But it was nice beach there. Felt super safe. Walked around. I took a lot of Uber because it was super cheap, but I walked a lot. Like it was pretty good. It was cool. It was cool. It was nice. But I'm sure some people in the chat got way more Mexico knowledge than me. Yeah, one of the things that happens when you're reading the chat is like if someone doesn't put who they're talking to, I'm automatically going to assume they're talking to me. Russ, I've never lived in Colorado Springs, so I don't know the difference in cost. I would imagine Colorado Springs would probably be a little cheaper. Yeah, tourist Mexico versus daily live in Mexico, two different things. I mean, however, like even in Puerto Vallarta, like there was a very touristy part, but you go around the corner and it was like everyday Mexico, and it was still chilling. You know what I mean? Like I would live there. Yeah, ready to travel. We keep it adventurous on here. Blessed to we have a community of people who are into doing cool stuff we consider cool. Um, every time I feel bad about my 400 plus people block list, I realize that that actually worked. Keeps all the people out. She's not tuned in today because she's live streaming, but Aisha, I was watching one of her streams and I just seen like how the people like. By the way, she made me a moderator, so shout out to her. But I just see like how people try to come in there and say crazy stuff, and I'm like, man, that's what. And she's got moderators who cut people out, but like people just show in and try to say something rude, and I'm like, man, that's how normal people kind of are. Um, but yeah, by the way, check her Aisha Cook Gaming. Check her out if you haven't, folks. She's hilarious. Funny. I don't even play Call of Duty, and I sit and watch sometimes. Yeah, Denver's cool, man. I'm a little nervous at how cool Denver is because I know more and more people are going to keep moving here. I can talk about how cool Montana is all the time. A lot of y'all ain't going. You'll come to Denver though, which is cool. I want people to. Like Denver has more parks per capita than any other city in America. And I know this to be true because every time I drive around, I'm like, there's a park, there's a park. I love it. You know what I mean? So you can literally walk from park to park across Denver. You know what I mean? Like it's just you walk here and there's a trail to the next park and there's a sidewalk to the next park. So many, state parks, the Rocky Mountain National Park's close by. So much to do if you love nature. And in the wintertime, if you like skiing and stuff, that's there. Like some ski resorts within an hour and a half from here. Um, and then further out, there's even more Keystone, Vale, Breckenridge, Winter Park, Loveland Ski Area. There's so many. Yeah, Denver's amazing. So like to get all that and it still be like cheaper than like California, I think is amazing. Any train recommendations from Denver to Fort Collins? I think there's only one train. Is there a train to Fort Collins? My favorite place to eat. I eat at the Chinese restaurant across the street a lot. You know me. They there. The lady fist bumps me and says hello every time I go in there. That's my girl. So I eat there a lot. Russell, I've only kind of been through Cheyenne. I've never really stayed in Cheyenne. Yeah, it's like an hour from here. It's always been cool when I went through it. I've never stayed there though. I've thought about a lot of times just going there, spending a couple days, but it seems like very like westerny. Yeah. Tim does not ski. Tim has worked at ski resorts long enough that I have probably seen every bone broken on my coworkers and guests at the hotels. I ain't got time for that. I know you're going to say go on the bunny slopes. It just never struck me someone wanted to do like, and you can get hurt. Kelly, I just don't see Denver being that expensive. Like it's not. I mean, it costs, but I guess expensive is comparable. It depends on where you're coming from. Like I was coming from Bozeman. It's about the same as Bozeman. And Bozeman ain't got near what Denver's got. So maybe for me, that's why it doesn't seem expensive. Like it doesn't seem that. I mean, it's pricey, but you know what I mean? It doesn't seem it's almost like worth it to me. Would I love to pay less for rent? Yeah, but like it doesn't seem like totally out of the norm. I feel like you can work a regular job and afford an apartment. You might have to have a roommate in Denver, but like I feel like you can make it, you know? Yeah, Kanye was smart. Went up to Wyoming, bought a ton of land. Hmm. Yeah, I mean St. Louis might be cheaper than Denver, but like it's St. Louis. Yeah, I mean, like it's St. Louis. Not to poop on St. Louis, but like it's not Denver. It's not Denko. You know what I mean? I'm tell you, I'm just a Denver fan. Like I just love the area. Sean, I don't know if there's a strong African American community in Denver. There's black folk here, and I had no problems. Like it's a very diverse city. White people, a lot of Hispanics, Latinos, black folk, Asians. Like I had no problems. You know what I mean? Like crime don't seem to be that crazy here in Denver. I mean there's spots, but I went to Lincoln, Nebraska when I was a kid. Hove Carter, but that was years ago. Going to Sturgis is not on my bucket list. No, no, like I no desire. I've been to North Dakota, Bismarck, Fargo. I liked Fargo. Minot. Yeah, I've been up to North Dakota, but I've never been. No desire really to go to Sturgis. No. Come to Texas, I'm good. Big difference between Russell Peters and Russell Simmons. Typical one bedroom in Denver, you're probably about 1,200 to 1,500, probably something like that. Yeah. What I love about Montana, Rachel, it's beautiful. Montana is beautiful. It's not very populated, which is pretty cool. Um, yeah, just love the sceneries, rivers, lakes, mountains. The people were super nice, and Montana, especially Bozeman. Well, I was only in Bozeman, but it was another place that very good job of incorporating like parks, nature, and stuff in subdivisions. Like it was, it's just a beautiful place, and it's just a lot more chilled and laid back. I think because there's not a ton of people there. Angela was there; she knows. Hang on, folks. I will be right back. Got to take a little breaks. Oh boy, got cookies over here. Ooh, a little bite. Yeah, Montana does get cold. So it's like New York. A ton of people live there. Yeah, you got to get up out the A, Russell. See you later, Tim. Getting that chocolate up in me. Ooh. That's where I've got a lot of the rooms I rented. Craigslist. I got chicken from the teriyaki place for dinner tonight, Lee. I feel like Montana is more community minded. Yeah. Tim Garcia, AO. I was trying to figure out what the MOD part stood for. Hey, hope you're doing well, Stan. Glad the stream could help out. Cookies back in. Jennifer, thank you. Super Chat Squad said happy sober October. Yes, we here. Much love, Tim from Minnesota. Choo choo choo. Super Chat train. Super Chat Squad. Thank you, Jennifer. Good to see you. Sober October. Get on the train. The sobriety train stops at all stations, but you can't buy no alcohols on it. Okay, sorry, that's the chocolate. Thank you, Jennifer. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Rico, you gonna come up off Bozeman like that? I know you went there and didn't have a good experience. Bozeman is the jam. Bozeman is my city, man. It's all good though. Ready to travel? Yeah, I want to drive the Pacific Coast Highway. Yeah. Definitely want to do that one of these days. That's on the bucket list. Yes. Try a red pear? I don't know. Oh, Ministry of Defense. Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, cool, dude. Everybody coming. People are relocating, man. A lot of places that were, pretty chill. Not a lot of people. Californians, which I don't blame them, selling out, leaving. I mean, and that's what happens. One place gets really expensive. Everybody leaves, goes somewhere else. One of those places grows to get really expensive. 30 years later, people leave there, go somewhere else. Jorin, you're welcome. You're welcome. So thanks for inspiration. You're welcome. It's helped me continue making feature films and stuff. Nice. That's awesome. Oh yeah, I believe Little Florida. I believe time is a human construct. Like, I don't think there really is any time. Things just happen. Like, yeah, I agree with that. I don't know, Richard. Like, everybody was always nice to me. Like, I was there for 2 years. Like, everybody, like, I don't know what you're saying. Like, if you didn't have money or a seasonal worker, no one's nice to you. Like, I don't people when I was walking around town, no one knew what I was or who I was or how much money I had. And people were always nice to me. I don't think you could judge a city just being there. Actually, let me not even finish that because I was judging New Orleans hard and I was only there 3 days. So let me finish that. Maybe you can judge a city just being there a few days. I just have to say that from I was there for a couple of years and no one knew anything about me and everybody was nice to me. Like, so that's why I have my view on it. Delta's the bomb. Yes, I told y'all Delta, man. I only fly Delta. I got to disagree with that invasion. I've been to a lot of small towns and they weren't racist. Like, I don't know why we think that there's a disproportionate amount of racists in small towns. I have not been to Denali National Park yet. I want to. Though. Maybe that's what I said was on the bucket list. It might have been Denali. Mississauga, Ontario. Okay. Mississauga. Not even try. Well, great. certain amount of the population is gonna be greedy, you know. Oh, they don't sell alcohol at convenience stores in Fargo? I don't know that. That's good. Oh, you said if they found out you were a visitor, they gave you cold shoulder. Okay. Um, I can see some people doing that. Yeah. There are Montana is one of those states that like a lot of times they like to keep it. They like to keep Montana, Montana. Yeah. Some people. Earth experiences small towns with the safe zones. I think there is. I would much, me personally, I would much prefer a small town than a big city. Like, yeah, not saying that every small town is perfect, but yeah, I prefer a small town to a big city. I just can't say that small towns are super racist. Are there some super racist small towns? I'm sure. Are there some small towns where like nobody cares? Yes, I know because I've been to a lot of small towns. Trust me, I have been to and through a ton of small towns. So like I think that's something that comes from television and movies. People just assume if it's a small town, they're gonna be racist. Why? Are some? Yes. Are a lot? Not? Yes. You know what I mean? Why? Why would towns just automatically be racist? That's all I'm saying. Ooh, Delta or Amtrak? I'll say this. Given all the options, I would probably prefer to take the train, but I do prefer Delta in the experience over Amtrak, if that made any sense. If I'm going somewhere and I got the time, I'd probably take the train over flying just because I really like the train. However, as a company and for the experience, I prefer like Delta. Yeah. I don't think I've been to Omaha. I'm not. I don't. Y'all. I think people live in a different world than me. I don't be seeing all this super racism. I don't be seeing it. Maybe I'm naive. I just don't be seeing all this super racism. I don't be seeing it. Maybe because I'm not looking for it. I don't be seeing it. Hey, Super Black Vegan, how you doing? It makes that I gotta have that good internet. I feel you. Ray Chanel, see, Ray Chanel, we shouldn't be seeing it either. I'm telling you. All the people I know who do a lot of traveling, I don't think I'm crazy. All the people of all colors, creeds, sexual orientations I know that travel a lot have said the same thing. Where is all this crazy racism everybody's talking about? I have not seen it. Now, if you're well traveled and you've seen it, okay, maybe we're in different realities. But in my reality, I go places. I don't have no problem. Is there occasionally a person who might look at me sideways? Cool. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Have I been places where the vibe was off? Very rarely, but yes. Not saying racism isn't out there, but like I just go, I don't know. I just don't be seeing it. Like with things I cannot control in life, does anger get to me? Not really. I'm just not an angry person. Yeah, just not really an angry person. And like I just realized that stoicism has helped a lot. Listening to Epictetus on YouTube a lot has helped. Yeah, I just realized that part of life is that you're not going to be able to control everything. And do you really need to? You know what I mean? Like why? I don't really need, like, life happens. Things happen. Some of them will be enjoyable, some of them won't. Like I think as a whole is more good than bad. A lot more awesome things happen to us than not awesome. Um, but like, yeah, I don't. Once you realize like you don't have to control everything, and that that it would be impossible to control everything. What actually we don't want to control everything. We want to change things in our favor. That's what when we say control everything, we don't really want to control everything. That'd be crazy. That'd be too much work. You couldn't sleep nights. What you really want to do is be able to change the things you don't like. And once you realize you can't do that, and it still usually all works out, that's the beauty of letting go gets easier the more you do it because you realize things still kind of work out about the same, if not better. Before you're into letting go and you're trying to hold on to everything, you had the ratio of good to bad. You start letting go, it's about the same ratio of good to bad. If the good isn't a little better, then it becomes easier to let go because you realize, oh, this actually little, and if it changes something, it's for the better. Things just seem to work out. Sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't. That's true regardless of whether you're holding on, trying to fix everything, worried about it, mad about it, or if you just let go and be like, I'm gonna let life do what it do. And the more you do that, the easier it becomes to let go because you're like, I can't control anything. So being angry about not being able to control anything, I still can't control anything. So that's what I think about it. Earth experience, I'm with you on that. Not even allowed in my auric field. Nice. Facts. Patricio 3. Yes. Yes, I'm with you. I'm with you. Lived in 7 states, visited 50. I told y'all the people who traveled know. Jordan, same thing. I'm telling you. Okay, I'm getting tired of this. I'm gonna get mad at me, but I'm getting tired of dealing with that. J.A. Wolf stopped by small town, went to laundromat. People were pleasant. I'm just saying. Ladies first have missed me with all that. What states have the most attractive women? All 50 of them. I was just the invasion was just coming with a little too much negativity. That's why I put him in timeout. It was just, what I mean, when someone keeps hammering home, like, bro, like we just respectfully, like we get it. Yeah, Jaleesa, people, you chilling, you can let go. You're not worried about it. People get mad at you because they're all worked up, so they want you to be worked up. They get angry at somebody who's not worked up. When at the end of the day, the getting worked up does nothing. People just want you to be worked up. I'm worked up. You should be worked up. It's like, no, I'm chilling. Simple black vegan, I agree. What you think on, and this is powerful. What you consistently think on will appear in your life, and that doesn't matter. Like it's either good or bad, positive or negative, and that's great when you focus on positive things. But it kind of sucks for the people who constantly focus on negative things. That's why I'm always like positive, positive, positive. Be like, yeah, keep talking about positivity. I'm like, because it manifests in my life. I ain't got time to get dragged down with the negativity like everybody else. And I want everybody to realize like what you what you think about manifests itself in your world, in your reality. I don't know how it works that way. I didn't get a brochure. It just does. So that's why like some things I just don't engage in. I'm just not gonna sit around and talk about a lot of this negative stuff because then suddenly I'll see it. So like I just keep it positive. Keyshawn, thank you. So I love your videos. Thank you. I like to dance diversity love, but I'm not like a good dancer. So I'm, this is about the extent of my dance, especially since I don't drink anymore. This is about the extent of my dancing, sitting here in this chair. Let's manifest greatness. Yes. Nina, the Noble Nomads, I will take 100% responsibility. It was just too much for me to keep doing, so we kind of shelved it. But Allison took that channel and turned it into something else. So, yeah. If you find, you find. You're right, M. Scott. That's another one of my mottos. Now I can't stop doing it. It's the chocolate chip cookies. Yep, this is totally the chocolate chip cookies. This is sorry. I can do that for hours. Sorry. See, Green, exactly. Success is different for everyone. Like that. That's why I don't even like talking about success because like you can't quantify it. Like, are you happy? Yes, then you're good. I'm not into collecting action figures, Keyshawn. I like all types of music. If there's anything I'm collecting now, it's WNBA cards. Cards. By the way, I got to finish watching that game. The Thorns versus Gotham. I gotta finish watching it. Gotham FC. I gotta finish watching that game. Sophia Smith already has 2 goals. She already got a brace. And Morgan Weaver came close. I don't do favorites, but gun to my head, Morgan Weaver is my favorite soccer player. Now, Sophie Cunningham is still up here as far as sports figure. Sophie Cunningham is Bay. Sophie Cunningham is the pinnacle in women's sports to me. To Timothy Ward's mind. But Morgan Weaver's gaining ground. That's a big statement for me. A lot of y'all like, what's he talking about? Um, Lately, like I was saying earlier, I was in my hip hop bag. So today I was listening to Enchanting. She got a new song called Cater to Me. Um, I was listening to that because I love Enchanting. And then um the girls that be with Glorilla, you know what I mean? Aliza, Sly Maroney, K Carbon, Gloss Up. They got a new song called Shibuya Roll Call. That's my jam jizzy. So I was listening to that too. So I was in like my female rapper bag today. Have not ever been up in a one. They used to fly those in Big Sky a lot, but I never went up in one. Jordan, I think people are just like scared of positivity. This is why I think people get upset when you speak positive. I think they just grew up in a negative slanted environment, and so they just react. You know what I mean? If you've grown up in an environment that was one way, and then someone brings the opposite around, you just react. If you grow up in a dark environment and somebody flips the lights on, you're like, "Oh, bright light." If you grew up in light, you're scared of the dark. Ugh. It's the same with like so many people we're brought up with this negative programming in the news and everybody being down and all this other stuff. So when someone comes around and they're like, "Woo, positivity," they're like, "Oh, bright light. Oh, you got me negative." Like, I think that's what it is. Because left to our own devices, I think we would just always be positive, or just like in the middle, indifferent. You know what I mean? Just like, yeah. So I think it's the programming. And that's a great way to, not chasing money, but just enjoying life. If the money comes, cool. Not anti-money. Money's cool, but like you don't have to chase it. It doesn't have to be your be all end all. June, I think I'll always have a nomadic spirit. I don't think you have to travel constantly to like keep your nomadic card. I think I've done enough to be able to hold on to it. You know what I mean? But currently, yeah, I'm not doing a ton of traveling. Oh, Atlanta says I'm a con artist. Yes, I don't think I've ever been called a con artist before. I don't mind if people challenge my, or maybe I do. I don't know. I'm not perfect. Maybe, yeah, I do, bro. I've never said I'm perfect. I got character traits I'm trying to fix. I definitely don't think I'm a con artist, and I don't think I'm misleading people. You see the one who's pretty triggered and challenged. Let's see what else you got to say. Yeah, you seem the one that's pretty triggered and challenged. And I don't want you to continue to have to go through all this. So I'm just gonna block you because I'm a con artist. I'm being a con artist again, and I'm blocking people because he was speaking the truth, and I'm trying to mislead y'all. That was new though. No one's ever called a con artist before. 800 some videos, 400 some live streams, never 100,000 subscribers. How am I misleading people? Because I blocked somebody, I'm misleading people. Wow. I don't know why that's so funny to me. Okay, moving on. Oh, nice. Ready to travel. Your dad introduced you to the secret meditation, Tai Chi, positive affirmation in 2007. Nice. The person who loves is crazy. Tim said he would have kids with me as long as I do all the work. Which work you talking about? Okay, moving on. Okay, okay. Oh yeah, there was somebody about 9 months ago who was like, "Don't give Tim no money." I feel like that's like insulting to y'all because like we were just saying earlier, like everybody's like very like open-minded and intelligent and free thinking on here. You really think that this community would sit up here and like tune in if I was up here snake oil selling? Like, come on. Now, I'm sure some of you are like, hey, Tim, a little quick to block some people sometimes. He's a little trigger happy on the block. I get it. But, I'm trying to get up to 500 people blocked. Um, Real freedom. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That we were talking about this earlier about money and how even sometimes when we get good, we still worry about it. And I really feel like, and this is not to diminish what you've been through, because if you've been on very hard times, it's going to be very difficult to like ever forget about that. I would remember this though. You were on very hard times, came up out of it. So if it were to happen again, come out of it again. You know what I mean? I feel like focusing on the positive end of it. It's like, man, I was low, 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 low. Look at me now. It's doable. Let's go. And I think there's so many things in life, which is hard to do when the money's going down. But try to focus. They can't do nothing to me. I was broke, broke, broke before. Look at me now. What y'all got? Got to try something different. Oh, this is crazy. I'm watching everything. Tim's a con artist. I do feel like there's one trait of a con artist that I'm definitely don't show. Con artists usually want something from you. I'm not selling nothing. People ask me every stream, when you go turn on not every stream. People ask me a lot, when you go turn on memberships. I'm like, I'm not doing it. Don't care. How am I con artist? I ain't asking nobody for nothing. I'm doing this con artist thing all wrong. I need to start selling stuff. I got to step my game up. I'm like the world's worst con artist. I got to switch my stuff up. Twinkie cat, no problem, no problem. I try to keep it. I can't. I don't. We don't. Yeah. People get out of line. I have to. Tell them. You can't. Certain things we don't allow on this channel. I don't think. Does Denver have Waffle House? Oh, sometimes con artists don't need money; they need attention. I might be guilty of that. I might be guilty of attention con artistry. I might be in it for the attention. That's okay. Okay, you got me. Um, I do ask people to like the live stream. That might be a problem too. Thanks, Tim Scott. People are. He seemed very angry that I blocked him. It probably was just the same person with a different account. Because I can't see somebody like following the chat, listening to the stream, realizing I blocked somebody, and then just like suddenly getting mad and commenting. Then again, it is the interwebs, and he's entitled to his opinion. Um, I don't. One of these days, I'm gonna run into one of these people in public. They go, "Hey, Mister Blocky Block, had all that crap to say on the internet," and I'm gonna say, "I'm also Mister Bear Spray Spray." No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I was not a violent threat. It's all love. Thank you, Angela. Thank the like button. I'm so happy you went to Montana and enjoyed yourself, Angela. Like I really am. That makes me very happy. And that you took Delta. That makes me very happy. Pre-shot. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Super chat squad. Is it ever okay to wing a move and no plan? Sure. Sure. Why wouldn't it be? Yes. Now, know going into it that since you're not planning, things can happen. But if you're willing to accept whatever happened, go for it. Yeah, I'm big on doing things without a plan. Sometimes, it's fun. But I accept the outcome. And if you're willing to accept the outcome, whether it be sometimes the best stuff comes with no plan, but sometimes there are some issues like, oh yeah, if I planned on this probably would have happened. But like I think doing things with no plan is like the ultimate learning experience. You're just throwing caution to the wind, you're doing it. And I think it really gives you some good self-confidence and self-esteem. Your problem solving skills get better because yeah, if a problem does arise, you got to fix it. But yeah, it's always okay to if you feel like doing something without a plan, do it. There's no right or wrong. There's no rules. It's just what you do. Have not been to Oklahoma City or Tulsa. I think I've been through. I might have on the bus, but that's it. Hey, see you later. Ready to travel? Enjoy your night as well. Thanks, Jennifer. Glad we could give you a giggle or two, June. Try to keep it entertaining. I'm looking at this sweet tea over here. I think it done got hot. I don't think I'm drinking that sweet tea. Yeah, folks, I've been door dashing like crazy, but I've been feeling better ever since I've been eating different foods. So I'm justifying. I know you're like, Tim, you can just hop in the car and go get that food. I don't. But I know me. If I have to hop in the car, I'm just going to go get Chinese. So I'm justifying spending the extra money on DoorDash, saying I'm eating better. Don't judge me. Y'all have done this before too. You're justifying, you know what I mean? I'm like, I'm eating better. I'm kind of feeling better. And like, it's just good food. It'd be good food. Super Queen B45, joining pretty late. We still here. Love and light. Love and light. Love and light. Oh, what's this Tulsa remote? They pay you to move there? Yeah, I don't mean I see something interesting. I gotta Google it. It's a company. Oh, I see it. Wait, no, what is it? I see it. Tulsa remote. I see it. It's loading. The page is loading, folks. One of these days I'll get high tech and be able to share my screen. Hi, remote workers. We'll pay you to work from Tulsa. You're gonna love it here. Oh. We putting that in the chat. They'll pay you to move to Tulsa? Hold up, brother. I need to look into this. I'm a remote worker, technically. Ooh, we're looking for something new. We're looking for great people to join the Tulsa community. We've got a lot to share. 10 grand cash, free workspace, exclusive perks and events, welcoming community. What's the chicken wing situation look like? I'm gonna have to look into this. Who was that recommended that? Was that you, Russell Adams? Okay. That was interesting. See, this is thank you. See, I'm telling you, that's how I learn. Hey, thanks, Matt. So you're the best live stream and conscious person I've come across on YouTube. Thank you. Tell it how it is and keep it real every time. Thank you. You're welcome. I try to. John Doe checking in. Make up a mumble rap song. I gotta look into that. They giving me 10K to move to Tulsa. How long I got to stay? I gotta look into that. Yeah, chicken wing supply determines life choice. If they ain't got Buffalo Wild Wings, you can keep your 10 stacks. You can keep your 10 racks. I don't know what to tell you. You gotta say 1 year? Oh, okay. Do they give you a check at the end or they give you like $500 every 3 weeks for a year? Giovanna, hey, how's it going? How's it going? First time listener. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the community. Welcome to the journey. Like his style. Okay. Okay. Welcome. Appreciate the compliments. I seem to like talk women. What does that mean? I don't know who Alicia J is. Don't know. Myrtle Beach prices are looking good for December. Oh, nice. Okay, I need to check that out. Maybe we'll see. I gotta see what I'm gonna do. I am gonna check that out though. Actually, we'll go ahead and put that. Cool. All right. That'll remind me to check that out. Wingstop will work too. Tell the people in Tulsa Wingstop will work as well. We'll take Wingstop. Sarah, glad you like the shirt. This shirt does fit me good. Like I wear it a lot because it fits me good. And it doesn't like I got it from the Target, but like it doesn't shrink up or like this. This is a good shirt. Like if I could find this shirt, 5 of these. You got a taste for Waffle House retired 2019? You feeling okay? You can use it to buy a house at the end, or you can get monthly installments. Interesting. I'm gonna look into it. I'm gonna look into that. That's interesting. Oh, I admire tall women. I don't know. I like all women. She fine. She fine. I don't. I admit that being tall, like tall women are cool, but I like short women. Story time, story time. Because this is a height story, but it was interesting. So I was at YMCA of the Rockies, one of the many times I was there, and I had a friend who was Filipino and always very nice. So I decided to one day see if she wanted to go to dinner. She's a very intelligent woman, so she said yes. Anyway, so I'm 6'4". She's probably like 4'6". No, she was short. Like she was probably if she might have been 5 foot maybe. Anyway, but hot. Anyway, and so I didn't have a car at the time, so we had to take a taxi to go into town. It's like $15 each way, right? $30 total in this taxi. But like I said, perfectly willing to pay because she was fine. Anyway, so if you've never been to the YMCA of the Rockies, it's a very family friendly place. So in the evening, there's always lots of kids and families running around, whatever. So we're standing out front waiting for the taxi, and this little kid comes up, and he's like, "Hey, I'm doing a scavenger hunt, and you fit one of the items in the scavenger hunt. Can I take your picture?" I think he might have said, "Can I take y'all's picture?" And like his mom and stuff was there, so I didn't think he was being like And there was a bunch of kids milling around doing the scavenger hunt. You could tell, but he never told me what like we fit. And then like she didn't want to take the picture because she was like, I'm gonna seem so much shorter than you. Like that's why I bring the story up because like she didn't want to take the picture because she was like, she was like, was the scavenger hunt thing like a tall person and a short person? She's like, that's not funny. Like she was just very uncomfortable the whole time. I was like, don't let me find out the item on that scavenger hunt was Negro. Don't let me find. But I was like, why would that be on the scavenger hunt for the kids in Colorado? Like they would have never found it. Then again, maybe that's what made it, very challenging. It said tall Negro. The kids were like, we'll never win this. Maybe that's what the teachers did it that way so they wouldn't have to give them the prize. Then I showed up. They like, anyway, it was just crazy. Like, I always remember that because she was very uncomfortable with the whole thing. I was kind of uncomfortable, but I was chilling. But now I'm like, some little kid in Colorado has my picture. I don't know. It's very weird. If his parents hadn't been there, I wouldn't have done it. But like his mom was right there, like, yes, Steven. You know what I mean? It was very, I'm telling you, it was probably something like a guy with a gray shirt on or something, and me or her totally, just blowing it out of context. But it was like the craziest thing. He said, "Hey, you fit a scavenger." I'm like, man, these kids play different games than we played at my middle school. We didn't scavenger hunt. Like dudes was hunting you. Like it was a real hunting. They'd come up to you in the lunchroom. I need that lunch money. Like, well, I already bought my lunch. Well, you best find it somewhere. I mean, it was a real anyway. Killer Grove Junior High School. You can Google it. I don't know where that story came from. It's true, but it just popped in my head. And yes, we went out, had a great dinner. It was amazing. Um, Ava, I see you. I see you. Sorry, I have not got back in touch with you on Twitter. I will. Interesting week, but I will. Appreciate you coming through, showing love. How you been? How's the car? Chicken wings. Chicken tenders aren't. Tenders are real chicken. I think it's like chicken feet, beaks. I don't know, intestine. You're good, cool. That's cool. That's good, Ava. That's good. And the car is great. Okay, 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 okay. Yeah, we're both a little slow checking Tinder, so it's all good. It works out. I went to New Jersey. I mean, excuse me, I went to New York as a kid, but I've never been to that part of the country. So I used to want to go to New York on the Greyhound just so I could visit Port Authority. Then I was like, nah, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Anyway, we got a new sleeping bag. See, when you live in your car, it's the little things that are exciting. So it should be. It's like I came up. Sis got a new sleeping bag. Regular people looking at you like. People like, what? You like you don't know me. Oh, it's getting chilly up there. I can imagine. It's that time of year, folks. The chill is the hawk. Do they call it the hawk? My mom always called it the hawk, which was odd because we lived in Georgia and Florida and don't get that cold. But she was like, the hawk is coming. The hawk is coming. Whenever it started to get cold, the hawk is out. Oh, you bought an expensive one, Abe? Okay, name brand. Gucci, Louis V. You got a Prada sleeping bag. Okay, flex. Is Prada even hot anymore? Is that do the kids wear Prada? Chanel is it Chanel? Is Chanel? Okay. I thought I was trying to remember what those shoes were you bought. I was trying to remember. I was trying to remember what the expensive shoes were. See, I'll be paying attention, man. The kid be watching. hmm Other people pay attention, like the news stuff like that. Nah, I watch my YouTubers. By the way, Avery, your channel's doing amazing. Hold on, we're gonna do something real quick. Hold on, this is what we do on this channel. There you go. Boom. Copy. Let's make sure this works. Facts. Okay, let me close these out. Ooh, where we at? Oh, boom. If you haven't checked out Ava's channel, here's the link. Go check it out. Subscribe. Tell her I sent you. So, okay. Check out Ava. You're welcome. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Great channel. One of the YouTubers I watch a lots. Very entertaining. Russian army supply? What for? Oh, for a sleeping bag? Or for Prada sandals? They sell they sell they, they sell Chanel at the Russian army supply store. Oh, I don't know if we can. I don't know if we can tell Russian army jokes. It's a sensitive topic. I don't know if we can talk. We might get. I don't know if we can talk about that right now. That might be taboo right now. Talk about Russian army stuff. It might be. I don't know. I don't know where YouTube falls on that. Thanks, Ava. Too soon. Yes, too soon, Angela. We can't be talking about Russian army. I did tap in the other day because I was like, dang, it's still going on. I tapped in the other day to see how that was going. I don't know. I don't like war, so hopefully that situation is over soon. I don't know. I got friends. I got some friends in their 20s in Russia, and I ain't trying to. They starting to have military call ups. I ain't really. That's what kind of bothered me. I'm like, nah, not my folks. So I don't know. I hope that situation gets rectified soon. Like I don't. You know what I mean? I don't like the. I don't like the war. It's just I don't know. Joshua Thompson living in Florida. Okay, you good? You good? Ian left you alone. Ian left you alone, Joshua. Oh, Ava sprung for that 25 degree. Oh, you didn't go for the 0 degree, but you got a blanket. Okay, you got that blanket. You'll be good. New Jersey calls it the Hawk. All right, yeah, yeah, yeah. I can honestly say I don't think I've heard anybody in Colorado or Montana call it that though. But they don't be. I remember I'd never forget that time. It was 0 degrees, and I was out walking. I'd actually just finished doing a video. The video's still on YouTube. I'm freezing in this video. I just went and quit a job, and then I did my "Is it okay to quit a job after 3 day" video. And I was walking home. This dude put up. He was like, "Bro, it's 0 degrees out here. Do you need to ride somewhere?" He was like, "Do you need a ride?" I was like, "No, no, no. My house is right across the street." He was like, "Okay." He was like, "It's too cold to be out here." I'm like, I mean, it was cold, but like it wasn't. I mean, I had layers on. Like I wasn't like. I mean, I walked to the job, turn my keys in, my badge. I did go get a coffee. That was the day too that like I was gonna go 30 days with no caffeine, and that day I messed up. Like I did, I fell off the caffeine wagon because it was so cold. I had to get a coffee walking home, and they didn't have decaf. So I was like, well, I'll just get it and hold it in my hands. And then I drank some. But like, and then I walked back, did a video, which meant I had to walk down the road, and the sun was here, so I had to walk this way, then walk back to shoot the video. See, this is the behind the scenes. This is the behind the scenes y'all don't always see. Like if the sun is here and like I'm over here, I have to walk over here because you need the sun behind the camera. So sometimes I have to walk. Like if I know I'm gonna do a walk and talk and it's gonna be 15 minutes, I could be here. I have to walk 15 minutes in that direction and then turn around and walk back for the good sunlight. So that's what I did that day. It wasn't 15 minutes, but it was whatever, probably 8. But yeah, I'd been out there for a while. I was chilling. That dude was like, "It is way too hot to be here." Mass adoption coming through. How you doing? Yeah, I quit that job after 3 days. I wasn't feeling it. I have no problem. I mean, I look at it this way: if the job isn't going to be right for me, I'd rather leave and let you get somebody else in there than just like take your money for another week or two, knowing I don't want to be there. Ryan checking in. Oh, Ryan coming through with the super chat. Thank you, super chat squad. It's a Big Tim, the old Chicago Greyhound station. Super chat squad. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I went to that old Chicago Greyhound station one time. I was not a fan. I was not a fan. Like I was there with my boy, and like I'm like, and he was pointing it out. He was like, "Oh, those people there are lurking." He's like, "Watch them." Like he was pointing it all out because he from the streets. And like literally, you just saw people lurking, setting up on people, about to rob people. It was crazy. He was crazy. Like, yeah, the new one's better, I think. I feel like I've been through the new one. Yeah, it's at the same one as the train station, right? The coffee shop by my favorite supermarket? Nah, this was a coffee shop on The main over there by what is that? What road is that? By Walmart. Yeah, this is the coffee shop over by Walmart. Yeah. There wasn't a coffee shop by Safeway. Oh, Winco's was the my go-to supermarket, but Safeway was across the street. There wasn't a coffee shop there. I didn't walk all the way down to Winco. No, it wasn't. It was too cold for that. No, I just went to the gas station. Hove, I think life is as long or as short as you. I mean, yeah, if you're born and you die a week later, that's short. But like it depends on your perspective. You know, I think two people could live 75 years, and one person would think it was super short because they were out and living and experiencing life and enjoying themselves and doing what they love with people they love. And someone else could live that same 75 years and think life was just like super long and boring. And I think it's perspective. Yes, Luis. Timothy means honoring God. Yes, that's why my mom picked that name. Yes. Jimmy Vaughn. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad. Jimmy V coming through. I appreciate the love. Appreciate the love from you too, Ryan. I like it. You know, I'll drink milk of the almond, but I wouldn't say I like it. Like I drink it just because like sometimes cow milk, dairy milk gets your boy a little gassy. Okay. So I try to stay away from like just like straight up milk. That's been just kind of weird for us to drink milk from another animal. But yeah, I'll drink almond milk. You didn't get to go by Hotel Walmart, Richard? Oh, they say it's crazy now. They say it's crazy now. Hotel Walmart, like for real. Like you trying to park there to go get groceries is so many tents and RVs and vans and stuff. Yeah, man. That'll kind of calm down when the wintertime comes though. But yeah. Ryan coming through again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that, Ryan. Super chat train. True, true. Appreciate that, Ryan. Thank you. We in here. Yeah, they say in general, they say Bozeman's getting I don't know. The homeless thing is getting a little out of control in Bozeman. But I mean it kind of is everywhere, you know. And I respect, I'm glad, I'm glad people can go to Walmart and feel safe and have somewhere to park and crash and sleep. So I'm definitely not dissing anyone living in the Walmart parking lot. But yeah, they say it's Hotel Walmart up there now. Yeah, especially in Bozeman where the rent's crazy high. It's about comparable to Denver, and I mean, yeah, Bozeman is it's got some perks, but not enough for you to be paying $2,000 for a two-bedroom. Like, yeah, a lot of them have stopped a lot of overnight parking, but the one in is Bozeman. Um, and they're like I said, they're pretty chill up in Bozeman. Like Montana's a pretty chill state. Like they don't be getting. I do feel like if it keeps going the way it's going, they'll start. They'll probably take that one off the list too. The feel free to park here list. But currently, yeah, you can. You know, just pull in the Walmart, set up shops. Yeah, it's and like even when I was there, I could see like there's a difference between, and once again, not to knock how anyone lives, but when there's people in tents in the parking spots, you know, it starts to be, I don't even want to say an eyesore, but it is. You know what I mean? Like if you got people in vans and RVs and cars and they're keeping everything, but when you got people like in tents in the parking lot, that's when it starts to get a little. People start to be like, okay, what's going on here? Like that's I don't know. Yeah. So it's interesting. People, yeah, people will always go too far. But in some cases, like if if I'm living in a tent somewhere, I'm probably drawn to the Walmart. A lot of people around, feel a little safer. But yeah, I also see the other side of it of like respecting the business. Like I don't know, it's just a weird, as with everything with homelessness, it's this weird, you know, you get it, but then you also see the other side of it. Like it's I don't know. I spend a lot of time thinking about homelessness. Little Florida. I'm a big fan of stoicism. Yeah, attachment is a lot of our problems. Come from attachment in life. So yeah, yeah. You know what's crazy for me though? I was kind of like a super stoic my whole life, and I've actually had to. There was a time when I loved that ideal of like never have anything in your life you can't walk away from in 5 minutes. I love that. That was even before I discovered stoicism. I just had that idea. I've actually had to dial back my. I've actually had to become a more. I've actually had to train myself that I can be attached to some things because I used to be just crazy, like nothing got in, no one got in. That's not healthy. I'm big now on like I can, or maybe detached isn't the word. Um, I can allow you in my life. I can open my heart out. I open my heart up, excuse me, have love for you, allow myself to be loved by you, and it's okay. All the while realizing that like something could happen and this friendship could end anytime. So I guess you could say I'm not attached, but like I'm in it. Whereas the old me, it was very hard for anyone to get in and me love them. Or honestly, I think it was harder for me to accept love. That's something I still pray for these days. Hey, please allow me to like, because sometimes you can get to a place where like you want to be giving all the love and you don't allow people to love you back. It's a very one-sided thing where like you're just like, oh, I want to give you love, 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 love. And then when they try to love you back, you're like, and that's does nothing for that person because you have to allow them to love you back too. Just like you want to show love, they want to show love. So that was something I've worked on. Because yeah, I used to be very just like, nope, nope, nothing gets through. Um, but we're working on that. We're working on that. I have to check in with my friends, be like, do y'all feel like I'm like, me, I ask them about the little, yeah, that was cool about the game. Do you feel like I'm allowing you to love me enough? They're gonna be like, what? What? I'm gonna ask somebody that. Just see what they say. Yeah, MT. I get what you're saying, but yeah, hard to practice stoicism when it comes to parent-child relationship. Epictetus in the Enchiridion has some passages where he talks about your children in stoicism, and I've always been like, bruh, that's too hardcore. I don't think he had any kids. So he had passages like, if your child dies, just realize that it's not that you blah blah blah, it's blah blah blah. He's just like very hardcore stoic. I'm like, bro, you ain't selling that to nobody. That's too hardcore. I ain't even got kids, and I was like, ooh, ease up off the gas there, player. You're getting a little too stoic. I said his point, but yeah, he was just a little too. I'm like, bro, like you can't ask nobody to not like. What's it like if you have to be that stoic? Why are you alive? You know what I mean? There has to be a balance. Like why if I can't, yeah, I was just, yeah, it was I always remember that. Like first time I listened to it, I was like, oof, that's hardcore. Ladies first, a lot of tall Timothys. Tall, I like that tall Timothy. I have to use that somewhere. Now, I will say I'm still good at leaving. I'm still good at leaving. It's just that these days it hurts a little more. Like I said, I was very surprised how much leaving Montana hurt me. Like, it's painful, I just leave anywhere, hey, whatever. Hey, see you. But Montana was hard, like to this day, like I miss some of the times I had there and situations and definitely my friends. Like, yeah, crazy. But it's cool. It's a cool pain because it means that things are getting in. And for so long they didn't, So it's that balancing act of letting some stuff in, but not letting too much stuff in. Shaquita just tuning in. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Welcome. We here. A few more minutes. I think I've done most of the things I had to do tonight. Oh, for those of you who are subscribed to my Travel Guru channel, we started working on the Amtrak video, so that should be up maybe tomorrow. I got another video I'm trying to do, so it depends on whether I get that one, but hopefully tomorrow I'll have that up. If not tomorrow, Tuesday, I'll have that up. Got to put that Amtrak video out there. We'll see what it does. Throw that against the wall, see if it sticks. Trying some new stuff. Okay. All right. Zaire, what's up? Back again. Adam said, own a home someday or rent forever. I have no desire to own a home or a house. Short of like if I get some land and then I put some type of dwelling on it, cool. But going out and buying a house in a neighborhood, nah, I don't know. No. I don't mind renting. Like it don't like my dwelling doesn't matter that much to me. They're like, I don't mind renting. You know, this rent's pretty high, but like, so would a mortgage. So macaroon, thank you. Yeah, I just don't, you know what I mean? Like, there's just so much that comes with owning a home, property tax and all this other stuff. You got to jump through all these hoops to get approved for a loan. Now they giving people 30-year mortgages. I'd stroke out as soon as I heard that. Ugh. Like I just don't want all that responsibility. What do I get out of it that I can't get out of renting? It's just a roof over my head. Like that's all it is. I wash my clothes at the laundromat, Joshua. You know, there's actually a laundry thing in my building, but you can only use debit card. I'm not putting my debit card in one of your janky apartment laundries. No, no. I'm not downloading your little app. I'm not jumping through your little hoops. I'll go down to the laundromat, put my dollar bills in the machine, get out quarters like a real red-blooded American, and do my laundry down there. I'm not playing your little appy app game so you can get my credit card, my debit card information, and charge me extra money when I'm doing laundry. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. No, sir. They're not getting me. So instead of going right downstairs, because the laundry room is under my apartment, I go all the way down the street, go to the laundromat. Jessica, why you retract your message? What'd you say? Now I'm curious. What'd you say? Um, yeah, they don't get me as the as little as I use my debit card as little as possible, little as possible. Oh, you said it before you were done. Okay. Yeah, I just don't. You're not getting. You know what I mean? Ever had a back spasm? Oh, I don't think so. I do. I always since I was like 20 and worked at like UPS, I do get like bad back pain sometimes. Like it'd be like after a day of work. If I'm working real strenuous, like after a shift at UPS, my back would be done. Like it almost isn't bad back pain. It's like my back goes out, and it is a little painful. But the next morning would be okay. But that would happen every night, and that still happens sometimes. Ever since then, if I work really hard, like my back is just like done, and I'm like, ugh. But it's usually okay the next day, and I've learned to work through it. So, Jessica, you would love to use your card for the laundry? That's because you're a millennial. Just I'm messing with you. And I kind of like going, like it gives me something to do. It feels like I've really accomplished something if I go down to the laundromat. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. You never have cash. I'd be trying to have cash. Oh, Ava, you don't like getting quarters? Is it the machine's right there? Oh, yeah, for you, yeah. The machine's right there. I'll be in there. It feels like I'm doing something, you know. And y'all know me. I have been at laundromats all over the country. I don't be scared. I put my stuff in the machine. I go out. I take a walk. I sit in the car. I be on the phone. I come back. I put it in the dryer. I leave. I don't understand these people who sit in the laundromat the whole time. I don't understand it. And it'd be decent neighborhoods. The one down the street. It's a decent one. It's an okay neighborhood. People sitting there watching the machine. If they get me for my stuff, which it helps that like Y'all see the clothes I wear. I would probably be mad they took this $10 shirt. That'd be the most. That shirt was $9. I like the fit. Like I'll never sit in the laundromat. Todd sold the house, left the washer and the dryer. Oh, Jessica, you have 4 loads of your laundry stolen at once. You know what happened there. See, that's where you messed up. If you had just done 1 load, nobody would have paid any attention. You went in there, quadruple loading. You got eyes on you, got eyeballs on you. That was too much laundry. Too much laundry. Even if somebody wasn't thinking about robbing you, you got 4 loads of laundry, you got to come up off that. As soon as you went out the door, I said, oh, okay. Yeah, you can't go up there quadruple fisting laundry bags. Nah, you got to do 1 load at a time. You got to do 1 load at a time. QP, I'm in the Denver metro area. Denco. Angela stays at the laundromat. That's because you up there looking for men. I'm joking. I'm joking, Angela. That came out a little harsh. I almost stopped myself saying it. Then I was like, no, I'm going to say it. But we know I get the laundromat. Laundromat, Home Depot. We know. I'm messing with you, Angela. I'm messing with you, Angela. I know you have no problem getting men. I know. Okay. Oh, QPU in this area too. Oh, okay, cool, cool, cool. Denco. Yeah, Denver's a nice area, man. Hey, Star, I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you, Star. If you're still in the chat, appreciate that. I think there's single men at the laundromat. All the dudes at my laundromat look single. I messed it. Like, normally I don't go on a Sunday, but I needed to wash clothes. Normally I go on like Saturday morning or I go during the week, but today I went, Sunday. It was pretty packed. But it's all good. Sat in my car, listened to Enchanting. Shibuya roll call. Favorite food for a nice dinner? I don't really do favorites a lot. I like chicken wings. I like lasagna. You know, good chef salad when I'm in the moods. I'm not gonna tell you what laundromat I go to. Y'all try to come up there and use up all the good washers, good dryers. Hey, Dustin, check it in. Good to see you, homie. This show start the train. Super Chat Squad in the building. Appreciate that. Yeah, Adam, I wouldn't mind living in the Pacific Northwest. I really like Seattle. I wouldn't mind spending a year there or something like that. Hummus? Nah, I'm good. Russell, I really don't know what radio station I listen to. I think I just kind of hit the scan button. And some 105s and some 107s. I don't know. Like, I just like the music. I really can't stand like radio morning shows. So I like when they start talking about what the station is, I turn. I don't care. Yeah. I don't know. There might be a jazz station. I don't know. Daniel, how you doing? Yeah, we back. Sunday night live stream. Told you I was coming. No, diversity love. I'm not going to block you. Not at all. Not at all. Which states in the U.S. don't have natural disasters that can take out a lot of people? I don't think there's a place on the planet that doesn't have natural disasters. Or a natural disaster isn't possible. Hey, Mama Red, what's up? What's up? What's up? Kombucha on me. Nice, nice. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. It is good to see you. As always, I appreciate that love. Thank you, thank you. Even though you didn't message me back. But you did. Actually, you did. No, wait a second. You did. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm wrong. I forgot. Yeah, you did message me back. Okay, cool, cool. I take that back. I take that back. I forgot we had that conversation later. Yeah. Mama Red, thank you. It's always good to see you. That's love. Mean that. Orange heart. And I appreciate the kombucha money. Sorry, I thought you didn't message me back. You did. You did. Yes, I remember our conversation now. I'm getting older. Sometimes my brain doesn't work on the frequency it should. That just shows how much I enjoy talking to you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, it was Montana that introduced me to kombucha, by the way, folks. Subarus and kombucha. Neither of those were an option. Neither of those were on the radar in Florida. Drive a Subaru, drink kombucha, North Face clothes, hikes. Ugh. Yeah. Shout out to Montana. Thank you, Mama Marin. Super Chat Squad. Thank you. You can tell a lot by how someone washes their clothes. Yeah, you spend a lot of time at the laundry. You spend a lot of time at the laundry, man. Yeah, Kiara, we still here. Um, one of my phones I turn off when I sleep, and the other one I put on vibrate. Yeah, yeah. Actually, some nights I'll turn them both off. I don't care. But usually one I turn off, the other's on vibrate. Because a lot of times I'll listen to Alan Watts on my phone right before I go to bed. So that one I'll just have on vibrate. I used to bring my laptop to the bed and then like listen to Alan Watts, but now I'll use it on my phone sometimes. Tracy Trotty Lou. There's no natural disasters in New Mexico? I feel like New Mexico is the. I'm joking. I've been to New Mexico. I feel like every place is open to natural disasters. Like there might be places that don't have a lot of them, but I mean, we've been seeing more and more stuff happen in places it doesn't normally happen. So, I mean, I think we all can agree there's places like Florida that like are going to have them every year, but I'm sure there's places that don't happen as much. But I don't know. Super chat, laundromat squad, SCLMS. I need to get back to Santa Fe, and I want to go to Taos. Is that how you say it? Taos. Taos. Hey Derek, you're welcome. Glad you liked the sobriety video. That one, the comments on that one were very good. I was happy that people got a lot from it. So yeah, glad you liked it. Shabuya, Shabuya roll call, Shabuya, Shabuya roll call, Olympic slime, yeah, clean up the dime, yeah, I got some, yeah, everything up mine, yeah, the laundromat, move your clothes, ooh, ruined your clothes, hmm? Yeah, I'm trying to get back to Santa Fe. Trying to get back to Santa Fe. Last time I was there, I didn't spend near enough time. I didn't know. I was like, well, I'll come through, spend a couple nights, and then I was like, man, I want to stay here longer. But we got a good video out of it. How did our video? Yeah, that video did good. That video did pretty good. That is crazy that I a lot of times based my views on a place on how well the video I shot there did. That's when you know you've been doing YouTube for a while. How was that trip? You're like, well, the video didn't get a lot of views. It was nice though. They're like, yeah, but how was the scene? Oh, that was cool. Uh, you know, it's interesting. Our boy Nate over at Channel Makers did a video the other day, um, and he was saying that like never say you're a YouTuber. Like he's like, you're not a YouTuber. You're a person who makes YouTube videos. Like your identity is not wrapped up in YouTube. Like you're you and you just make YouTube videos. I was like, I thought, yeah, that's a good point. Shabuya, Shabuya roll call. Well, let's get carbon. Yeah. I'll tell you, I was in my female hip hop bag today at the laundromat because the dude next to me had his music cranked up, so I had to, on out. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm gonna jump off. It's like 3 hours. Just turned 8 o'clock here, so it's probably a good time for me to kind of wind down. I might work on that Amtrak video a little. Get my dinner in. I do want to finish watching that soccer game. See if my girl Morgan Weaving comes through with something. Thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all so much for being a part of the stream. Actually, had a lot of new people come through. A lot of the usual suspects. Angela was here the whole time. A lot of some other people. A lot of the usual suspects. Thank y'all so much. The thumbs up were good. The views were good. Big shout out to the Super Chat squad as well as the PayPal squad came through. Thank y'all so much. I really appreciate the support. Super Chat squad, Super Chat train. It was international. Folks showing love from Colombia. Thank y'all so much for that. Appreciate all the love. Y'all have an amazing night. Get some sleep, get some rest. Next week we get to do it all over again. Um, Plan to have some videos this week, do some more streaming. Once again, thank y'all so much spending your Sunday afternoon, evening with me. I love each and every one of y'all. Talk to you later. Shabuya. Buenas noches. Okay.